IKONINI
episode 225 tukisema like subscribe hit the notification button tell a friend to tell a friend sindio
yeah
alafu pia kuna vile wasome kwa kituambia jo we need more politics na before tuanze hii show wacha niseme tena we are actually looking for a pro Kenya kwanza person ulianza kuja tuongee na yeye tulikuwa na one analyst tunamkumbuka Charles Munyui.
Yeah, Charles.
Yes, but after that hatujakuwa nayo. Tumetry kuget Itumbi, unajua? Tumetry kuget but kupata ase ni ngumu. I think I don't know why. So leo tuko na Chege. So inakuwa ni Chege Majuice ama ni Chege Majuice?
Chege Majuice.
Wauza juo ama hii jina ilitoka wapi?
Hii jina ilitoka nikiwa kampo. Unajua after kumaliza form 4.
Yeah.
Sisi tulikuwa ma IDP.
Okay.
Nakuru. So venye tulikuwa ma IDP Nakuru, so nilimaliza form 4 2007. So after that tukakuwa displaced as IDPs. So penye tulienda pale Nakuru, Green Stage kondo tunaishi. So hatukuwa tumesettle. And 2009 nimepita kwenda kampo. And hakuna do. So nikafanya census, zile census tulipewa 24k. Zikanisaidia kukuwa admitted kampo. Tulikuwa tunalipa 19,000 ukiingia. Then sana nimelipa 19,000 nimebaki na 5k. So 5k unashindo hizi zitakupelekaje mpaka same mission. Na uwezi piga simu home. Waambie mzazi like una do cause unajua venye umeacha kwa IDP. So the first thing nilienda tao. Nikaangalia what people are doing, nikashindo what business can I start. Sasa hiyo mimi ni fresher. So nikaenda place, nikasimama place kulikuwa like na kajua kali. Then hata sikuwa najua blender vizuri ni nini. So nilikuwa na mzee anaeka matunda hapo, anapiga blender very fast, na anauzia wase. So na mimi 5k zangu blender ilikuwa 3k. In fact ilikuwa 2500. Nikanunua 2500 blender, alafu nikaenda soko the next day. Nikaenda kununua matunda. So nilikuwa nashangaa nitabai na how much kuzina do. So kwenda huko soko, mama soko walikuwa watu wapoa sana. Hizi matunda zimeiva za juice walinipatia gunia full. Sasa kunipatia gunia full nikaenda naye hostel.
Na mangapi?
Hostel.
Hiyo gunia full ulipatia na pesa ngapi?
Free. Walinipatia free. Nilimwambia mimi ni student, nataka naanza biashara, nafanya walinipatia free. Wananiambia chukua hizo matunda zimeiva uende nazo kuzara zika hapa hatutauza zitaharibika. So nikaenda nikachukua hostel iko karibu na mess. Mess ni place tulikuwa tunakula. Kampo watu wanakula. So masaa za lunch napiga juo vibaya sana hapo hivyo. So nikipiga juo nilikuwa nauza ikatambla kadogo 5. Chupa ya soda nilikuwa nauza 10, kubwa nilikuwa nauza 20. So hapo ndio Majuice ilishika. Nikaitwa Majuo. Nikakuwa student leader university na Majuo. Nikatoka huko nje. So watu wanajua Majuo ni jina yangu. Na I appreciate it, it's my name. Majuice.
So ilikuwa mostly with juice, ilikuwa mango mostly ma?
Mango kwa sababu hizo ndio zilikuwa mingi. But madem pia unajua walikuwa wanataka passion. Sijui wanapenda passion kwa nini. So passion ilikuwa na buy. Naenda na buy passion. ya entice to madem wakunywe. But ilikuwa mamaembe.
Okay. So hiyo nini but vile rudi mara ya pili walikucharge ama every time ulikuwa unaenda unapatiwa for free?
Ni sasa nikirudi mara ya pili unajua si kila time unaweza pata zimeiva sana. Of course unakuta zimeiva ziko zingine pia lazima wa promote. Take advantage of them.
So ulikuwa na nini?
Nilikuwa na buy.
So student leader ulikuwa student leader kiaje?
After that nikavai. So unajua nikakuwa very popular na nilikuwa naongea things that zinahusu student. Sana wakikuja kunywa jua hapo hivyo kama ni library jafunguliwa na maybe wenye tuko naye ni squeezed. I talk about it. Unaelewa? Naanza kuongea about it. So nikifika second year wakaniambia mazee uvai. So nikavae director academics. Kuvaya director academics nikaanguka. Unajua politics inakuwa hivyo. So niliamka msema alinishinda na 8 votes because I think 8 votes. I had 2000 and something alikuwa na 3. So nikavae tena nikiwa that year. So nikavae organizing secretary. So nikapita organizing secretary. So nilikuwa na organize university mambo na mabash, freshers night. Mimi ndio mso wa kwanza kuna kuleta kina major wakuja perform freshers night. Kuna hii wimbo ya jamaa ilikuwa ito RC ama nani? Narudi ocha ilikuwa imeshika hiyo time. Ilikuwa nani? Cutasi. Sasa nilikuwa nawaleta anaperformia mastudi vitu kama hizo.
Iko Cutasi na nani? Haikuwa na rapa fulani?
Nani Alahola.
Sasa hiyo time ilikuwa imebamba something. Narudi hocha. Sasa anakuja na ndema fresha nini. Anakuwa incorporated into the
Alahola mwenyewe alirudi hocha.
I think hata Cutasi.
Okay. Na nini hii lazima nikuulize mse kama Babu Owino inasemekanaga he made the bulk of his wealth from being a student leader. What kind of budgets were you people dealing with?
It's a big budget. Unajua kwanza ukiwa student leader university unaishi kama mfalme. Acha niwaambie ukweli. Because number one things like you don't pay hostels. You don't pay hostel, it's for free. Also the other advantages like kwa university kuna hizi ma institutions mingi huwa zinastahili kuraniwa na student ziko under dean of student kama canteens, kuna tu restaurant tudogo kuna place watu wanachezeaga pool unaelewa hizo zote ziko under a dean of student. So the dean of student ina incorporate student leadership. So the moment mnaenda kupeana hizo mtu anataka tender and something like that, he has to pass through the student leadership.
Okay.
Unaelewa? So ukipass through the student leadership, maybe that's where those people walipata do. But me, I was a straight person. Sikula hizo do. Me, I was straight, integrity. I've always followed integrity. Kama mtu angekuja anataka canteen, kama nilikuwa nimepeja mwingine aitwa Amo anapikia wanafunzi, you look at the services you bring to the students. Because issue na dozi itakuja in life. Don't worry about money. Money will come.
Kusata wacha nitumie hii confession jo kwambia. So just niambia hata yeye anajua. Ganja nilikuwa pia nilirun for nini nikiwa kampo.
Student leader.
But not a real student. Mimi nilikuwa floor rep. So tulicompete na best yangu anaitwa Gathemia. Maina.
Okay.
So I don't know vile nilimshindaga. So nikaenda. So me the only thing nataka ni your room because we used to get like a single room unakaa peke yako. Hiyo ndio nataka ilikuwa room kubwa. Hakuna kitu nilisaidia na hiyo floor mimi.
So floor ni
I was not a good politician.
Ni like floor
like a floor, like literally the way you have first floor, second floor, third floor. There'd be a floor rep. Okay. So if you're the floor representative, you get your own room. And if there are any problems in that you of course any problem liletewa I pushed it mbele. But seriously I was born for that, like to be actively nimulikuwa na vitu za kipumbavu kaizo Egerton because hii sana
alikuwa pia congress alikuwa maybe ana represent house flani ma congress ma representatives vitu kama hizo.
So wacha tu rewind kwa hii part ya IDPs
Yes.
So post election violence 2007 ilikupata wapi?
Place naitwa Eldama Ravine. Maji mazuri. Huko ndo nimezaliwa. Tumezika shosho yetu huko. Huko ndo ilikuwa home. Hata tukua ifikiria one day tutai kuja kuhama. Unaelewa? So that was my patano whatever. Huko ndo ilikuwa nyumbani kabisa.
So by this time 2007 you how old?
Ndio natoka form 4.
Okay.
Nilikuwa nimemaliza natoka form 4.
Cause hiyo ilikuwa post election it happened December.
It happened December.
So nilikuwa tu kumaliza form 4 November.
Yes.
Okay. So any memories from like that? Ni siku gani kulilipuka ilikuwa 30th?
Ilikuwa December. Unajua ililipuka different. Ilikuwa ports. Kuna place kumelipuka hii side. Kwetu I think ilikuwa around December. No, December, I can't get the date.
Because the elections was on December 27th.
Yes. Not wrong, in fact, it ilikuwa exactly hapo. No, December.
So, Kibaki was, if I'm not wrong, he was sworn in on December 30th usiku. And that's why kanuka. Like Nairobi kalinukia.
That evening.
That evening.
So, ilikuwa around 5 p.m. 5 to 6 p.m.
Hiyo ndio time watu walianza kwenda kwa streets. Nafiaka kwa like sworn in at night. So when ilikuwa hiyo 30th ama days after?
Kwa in fact kulikuwa na tension mbaya. Number 1 acha nikwambie hours ilikuwa tension ilikuwa hata before election zifanyike.
Okay.
Because it was not the first time we were having post election violence. We used to have them. So so frequently. So it's not something, unajua kama Nairobi maybe ilipuka to once, it never happened. Kwetu it's something that it was so after 5 years kulikuwa na hiyo tension. after 5 years kulikuwa na tension since 1992. Na mi 1992 I was like 2 or 3 years old. Nilikuwa navalishwa nguo ya msichana so that I'm not killed. It's that serious.
Walikuwa na boys?
Ni boys. So ulikuwa navalishwa nguo ya dem ndio usuliwe. Unaelewa? It's the same way like what is happening in Lamu right now. If you had the parliament the other day, Lamu wamama hauliwi. Unaelewa? Ni wazee wanauliwa. Like already they have killed kama ungesikia parliament juzi over 200 men. Unaelewa, when you are killing men, you are killing a generation. Unataka kuwamaliza kabisa. So kwetu ilikuwa hivyo like 92. I remember very well I was 3 years but I can remember nilivaa nguo ya dem. Nilikuwa navalishwa nguo ya dem. Then nabebwa kama dem ndio nisuliwe. Hata vijana wakubwa wanavalishwa dem. Hata kama ni wanawekwa ndio wasuliwe because men ndio walikuwa target. The same thing happened 97. Unaelewa? 2000 it did not happen. 2007 it was even worse because people died. I have like 4 neighbors who died. I can remember Bagadhini, Jaka alikuwa amefanya wedding too, hata kwa mariza 1 month. He was killed and so many people. So tukamwa we can live.
Okay. Hii ni history interesting because sijaijuaga that hiyo tension ilikuwaga hivyo. Kwani Elda Maravin inakuwagaje? Is are the tribes mixed up ama kuna region moja ya
kuna Elda Maravin but kuna place naitwa Maji Mazuri. Naelewa, na bado watu wako huko because kuna wase wengine they didn't have power to buy a plot somewhere else. Watoke. So they can only die in their land. Kama unasikia kama venye unasikia Palestinians, most of them they cannot, wanaambiwa watoke Gaza. But mnaambia watoke Gaza waende wapi? It is their home. They'd rather die there. So the same happens to some of my even relatives that we left there, something they'd rather die there because it's their land. So ukienda Elda Maravin kuna place, kuna yani ukienda Rift Valley kuna spots za Wakikuyu. Kuna kakijiji unaendaga like ukienda Elda Maravin utaenda kijiji kinaitwa Maji Mazuri. Unaelewa? On your way to Makutano Timboroa. 80% Kikuyus. Even if there are other tribe like Mukisi wapi, what like wamekuwa incorporated naongeaga Kikuyu. So it's a Kikuyu whatever. Even the MCA who is currently there is a Kikuyu. The schools, headmasters wa Kikuyus because it's a Kikuyu thing. Unaelewa? So inakuwa hotspot. Kienda Rift Valley kuna hotspots hawa Kikuyu, maybe Burnt Forest, wanu wa Kikuyu. So
ukikuwa Burnt Forest pale kwa mahindi nikifika hapo nasikianga tujatoka Nakuru bado.
It's still very Kikuyu.
Kwanza wenye huu za mahindi hapo notice utasikia
so that's how it happens. So place yetu ilikuwa pure, not even mixed up. Pure Kikuyus.
Okay. Hiyo jina Burnt Forest mtu anajua? Do you know the origins of that name?
I don't know.
Because that's I don't know. Like so if violence ikihappen so nyinyi ndio mkwe IDPs like mulihepa wapi?
So ndio violence happen unajua ilianza once. Na kusemekana Wakikuyu lazima watoke Rift Valley. Kwanza huko lazima tutoke na twende. Kwetu ni Central. In fact kulikuwa na ile kitu like Wakikuyu wote lazima wafikishwe Kijabe. That was the line. Watolewe mpaka Nakuru waletwe mpaka Kijabe. So vita ikachacha sana. You know, si tuko like you know, unajua kama uja prepare war. There's no way you can protect yourself. Like saizi umekaa hapa hivi venye umekaa hapa hivi, kumbe kuna watu wameprepare wao huko nje.
Hawezi
wanaingia tu kwa nyumba, wewe unafikiri wageni wanakushambulia. So that's what happened. Tuliona nyumba imeanza kuchomeka, nyumba 3 zimechomeka pale, wazee fulani sijui ng'ombe zao zimeenda, wanajaribu kukimbisha ng'ombe. So it was a trick. Kujaribu kwenda kukimbisha ng'ombe, they have been waited for the ambush. Kina Bagadhini, kina Jaka, watoto wakapigwa mamishare na hata vijana wadogo, watu wakakufa, manyumba zinachomeka. You know, watu walali kwa nyumba, wanalala karibu na kwa mtoni. Unajua kitambo hizo before kukikuwa na hizo post election violence, watu walikuwa wanaenda at least kwa chief. Unaelewa? Wanaenda wanakaa kwa chief. This time round ya 2007 mlikuwa mnakimbia kwa chief, mnafukuzwa. Mkienda kwa chief mnaambiwa tokeni. Kwa hata huku mtakuja kuliwa mkiwa huko. So unakuta mama, mtu anachukua watoto, mama wanachukua watoto wanaenda kukaa kwa pale kwa mtoni usiku. Unaelewa? Mpaka kuna wengine walikuwa by the way, unajua kuna wase mama walikuwa na asthma. so ukila kwa mtoni 2 days unakufia wapi because of that baridi inakuweza unakufa so after that ndio tukaona like hii life imekuwa too much kuishi give after 5 years kama mlikuwa mmejenga nyumba mingi huku watu wanajengaga na mbao because forest cold forest is big there na pia kuna mamawe so wanajenga nyumba na mbao mpaka floor ni mbao so nyumba inachomwa maybe ngombe zenyu zinaibiwa alafu even to make things worse ngombe yenu inaweza ibiwa alafu after war imeisha unaiona kwa jirani
hawezi fanya
chochote so that kind of slavery you just live sasa tukaamua kulive tukakuja Nakuru my dad alikuwa ameba kashamba hapa Nakuru President Green States pipeline so it's Ugilo so that's why we came we settled there even my father was not around that time alikuwa pia naye na huku side za Uganda so we just left
okay
yeah
okay na nini hii time yote kulikuwa na hizi madebate za how IDPs should be compensated did any compensation ever happen?
Yes, compensation happened but you know it's not the issue with compensation because even I compensate you like I cannot compensate a life.
Yes life.
There are people who are banned in a church children wakafungwa kwa church hivi na waka you know let me tell you the reason why in Rwanda they usually have a museum whereby it has skulls to remind them of the genocide generations because watu wanasahau saizi ukikuja mtu anamaliza form 4 saizi ama ako form 4 umwambie there was a post election violence Kenya lost a lot of people haizi leo unaongea kuhusu nini unaelewa but if you go to Rwanda right now useme about genocide or even you talk about tribe in Rwanda you can be jailed because watoto shule wanapelekagwa museum kuna real skulls si za plastic real skulls zimewekwa ukiingia huko unafunzwa what happened in Rwanda genocide wanaambiwa it was because of tribal politics Hutu versus Tutsi so unaonyeshwa hawa watu wote they died because of nonsense unaelewa but Kenya what usually happen in Kenya and that's why I'm mad at this is because any time we have tribal politics which are funded by politicians huwa tunazifagia unaelewa huwa tunazifagia kwa carpet unaelewa that's why even today Kenya is 60 years old but unasikia kuna watu wanakufa Sondu Kericho border because of tribal clashes it's pity people watu wanaenda kwa moon watu wana technology you go to Tanzania here you cannot be able to tell a person is you cannot be able to tell the Magufuli was from which tribe Suluhu you cannot be able to tell she's from which tribe but you go to Tanzania they know there is a Kikuyu they know there is a Luo they know there is a Kalenjin because yani hii kitu we don't deal with it huwa tuna like when wameuliwa Sondu Kericho border wameuliwa so what they will do they will compensate them have we solved the problem?
No.
We have not solved the problem unaelewa so sisi kazi yetu huwa tunapanguza tu juu then hiyo kitu bado najirepeat and I'm telling you look at what is happening in Lamu there's an ethnic cleansing you know it's an ethnic cleansing because you look at all the people who have been killed they come from a community unaelewa and what is happening in Lamu is because this community now wameanza kuwa wengi like they can control the politics of the Lamu they can control who will be the governor who will be the senator who will be the women rep who will be the MP they can control it so they have to be eliminated na wengine waweko uoga wafanye nini wahame whereby we should have a country Kenya yetu wote and Mwafrika in that train nataka kuambia you know people think we have a nation we don't have a nation we have a country that has so many nations inside unaelewa we have a country that has so many nations inside Kenya is not a nation like Tanzania that's why even they are doing well nowadays than us they are catching up with us because our country disintegrated in 1960s during the killings of akina Tom Mboya ndio watu wakaanza kujua kumbe kuna Mjaluo na kuna Mkikuyu na kuna Mkalenjin so the moment sasa tunaongea naye Mwafrika anytime ukienda pale mwanze kupiga debate na mtu in his mind back of his mind anataka kuuliza na Mwafrika ni kabila gani unaelewa ama anataka kuona idea yako ndio ajue how he will treat you will he treat you like his brother or will I treat you like
the enemy
unaelewa that's why I'm telling you the Kenyan whatever and it's so deep-rooted you are in those institution universities you saw the other day I think 2 years ago a vice chancellor mwenye alikuwa amequalify amepelekwa Moi University. But we have politicians from that area wenye waliandamana demonstrations including the governor. Wakasema he's not our person, lazima atoke. Unaelewa? So I'm telling you, Kenya kuna kuwa na nation twingi ndani. Then mnadanganywa there's a nation.
Ilikuwa nani aliandika hiyo not yet a nation or not, I think there was something like that. Ama ilikuwa tu not yet uhuru. But because of course Nani used to talk about that a lot when he was outside the government. David Ndii.
Yes.
Alikuwa nabonga juu the fact that we're still not yet a nation.
He knows it.
Because kuna hizo like the different tribes and now Ethiopia, I think it's been a problem to our unity because now when a few tribes feel like they've been sidelined, they'll follow their tribal leader blindly.
Yes.
Nacheki because unaona since hatuko kwa gava wacha tu to follow. So imekuwa that's where we are. So 2007 uko IDP, then ulijoin campo when
2009.
So kakuja kujoin campo 2009. By time una join campo, when you used to go home mlikuwa na hiyo land ya Greenstead ama
so hiyo tulikuwa settled sisi. My dad had bought that land a long time ago. But he was not buying so that you can go and settle there. He was buying for speculation purposes, that maybe a time ikakaa bei ongezeke, he might sell it and do something with the money. So you are not selling that we knew one day we will relocate. Hapana, huko ndio ilikuwa home, but whatever happened.
Okay. Of course semaga like pole for such experiences. Na nini saizi uko na wa junior? Yeah. Na how old?
6 years.
6 years. So hajafika age unaweza mwambia juu ya story ka hizo. So una plan lakini kuambia mtoi wako juu hizo story like we used to live here, then we moved here because of tribe, ama you feel like that's because that's another thing nimekuwa nikicheki like with America where they're saying you should never teach your kids about such dark history.
You see, the reason Americans wanasemaga don't teach your kids about dark history because it is meant that unajua the black Africans wanilekuwa wengi sana. So these black Africans, they should never be told what happened to their grandfathers. That's why there is that clarion call. Unaelewa? So history is very important. If you don't know history, if you don't know where you are coming from, you'll never know where you are, and you'll never know where you are going. So that's why even right now Israel themselves wanapigana. Wanakuga na ile holiday ile siku za Moses, bitter herb. There's a time they usually take those bitter herbs to remember the time they came out of Egypt. Either true or not, they usually have that holiday for them. Kuna time wanakulaga bitter herbs so that they can remember where they came from. So it's very important even for Kenya to remember where we came from. You know, after year 2007 there could have been something to make sure that Kenyans always remember what happened. What happened that time. Because so that we don't go back, because it's pity right now we're having ethnic tribal clashes. People are dying of ethnic tribal clashes at this time and era. It is stupidity.
Because I remember like ilikuwa vile I don't know if it was just before the elections ama straight after kulikuwa na hiyo debate ya where is Sondu, is it in Kericho County or Kisumu County? So kuzoje Sondu sasa ni wacha kwetu kabisa. Like sisi our main market waga Sondu. So it was an interesting debate because sasa I feel like because sisi wote tunaiangalia from a tribal perspective. Mi waga nikiassume all along nimekuwa nikiassume iko Kisumu County. Hata nikituma kitu wacha niko naandikaga Sondu Kisumu County. Kwa sasa na Kijaka ina pronounce Sondo. So naandikaga Sondu Kisumu County. But kuna watu wanasema iko Kericho County. So of course now saizi juu the country is super divided. Ndio hiyo nini hiyo shida imekaa kufika hiyo level imefika. Alafu sasa nini before tuingia kwa politics pia lazima pia nikuulize juu ya now campo, hii time ya campo at some point you tried out comedy?
After campus after campus
nilitry
comedy. Nilikuwa comedian program inaitwa Kenya Kona. Nairobi watu wamejaribu vitu. Tulikuwa na akina Jalango. There's a guy called Seda or somebody. Can't even remember. There's a Jalango, Kenya Kona. Alikuwa Otoyo ama Otoyo?
Yeah, Otoyo.
Otoyo. Tulikuwa nafanya Kenya Kona. Hata Desagu, we have shared stage, Moch, and so many other guys. Tulikuwa na program Kenya Kona. It was something like Kenya Kona.
So ilikuwa Hilton ama?
Very good. Ilikuwa Hilton. Pia tulikuwa naenda White Sands Hotel Mombasa.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So tukafanya comedy kidogo. Like let me go to employment.
Kwa nini you didn't used to get the laughs you wanted ama?
No, I used to get but you know that time umetoka kampo then kuna ile pressure like your guys wewe unafanya comedy. You know comedy that time tulikuwa tunapoa maybe mkifanya comedy per night unapoa 8k. Alafu maybe another ingine utapata it will take time, maybe another 2 weeks organize show ingine 8k, that's maybe 16 or something. Or your guys wanafanya wametoka kampo wanafanya nilikuwa nimefanya Bcom, so wanafanya bank, sijui mtu alipo 70k, mwingine alipo 60k, mwingine alipo nini, unaelewa? So nafika pale unaona like hii comedy yangu acha siku moja nichekeshe tu wife.
Chege Majuice.
Yes.
So viloli toka comedy ukaenda ukiwa wapi?
Nikaenda nikafanya bank kidogo. Then nikafanya audit firm. Nikafanya Old Mutual. Hata nilitoka Old Mutual juzi. But I still have contacts in Old Mutual even. Hata sijatoka bado Old Mutual kabisa. But niliingia politics kabisa. So I'm not just full time in Old Mutual company. So I am still there. But I help them here and there kufanya vitu fulani. So sasa niko secretary. Sasa niko politics kabisa. Secretary social services. I was gazetted the other day like June as a secretary social services Party of National Unity.
PNU.
Party of National Unity. We are led by CS Peter Munya. CS Peter Munya. That is the guy who Kibaki wanted to steer that party. Okay. Kuna kitu umetoka kusema hapo mbele nimepoteza like ikikam to Old Mutual. This is the insurance company. Yes, insurance company.
Yes. So inamaanisha you understand that world well,
Yes.
So in terms of wealth development, like what would be your advice to someone who's trying to create wealth through kitu kama hata Old Mutual, for example? How does that work?
In fact I do those now. I advise people on that line. So I toka huko kabisa, so I advise people on that line on mambo na insurance, how you can cover yourself and wealth development. Number one about wealth development is a very tricky area in Kenya, by the way. Kenya is becoming a very tricky area because there are other ways that are not formal of making money that they are appealing to most Kenyans than the formal ways. And the informal ways at the end most of the Kenyans they lose their money. Because when I was nikiwa hapa Old Mutual, there's a person who will come and tell you I want to invest my 1 million maybe in a money market fund. You know, money market fund, I can explain to the listeners, is that money market fund is like a current account. But this kind of the normal current account, it doesn't earn you interest. Okay, it's kuweka pesa, then you are charged here and there. But the money market, you earn interest on a daily basis. But that interest is not that much. Per year, maybe it's 10%, but it's breakdown on daily basis. So you can deposit your money today, and 1 month coming and taking your money, it will not be the same money. You can even take after 2 weeks or after 3 weeks. You can take the money, but the interest needed 10%, but imewekwa monthly. So there is that compounding effect, because leo maybe imeongeza na shilingi 3, kesho shilingi 4. So there is that compounding effect of the money market fund. So if Kenyans uko na 1 million pale na unashindwa kwanza utaifanyia nini for now, or you have a business idea you want to first to fine tune it so that you know exactly what you do, I usually advise them, don't fix your money number one in a bank, because you never know what will happen. Unaweza fix the money leo, kesho jamaa anakuja anakuambia niko na business idea. unaelewa na umefix pesa zako
Yeah.
so that idea you will not
fixed
be able to
deposit.
take the advantage
By fixing unasema fixed deposit.
fixed deposit.
Yes,
So what you usually do kama ni wanabiashara or you're a speculator, you might take a risk there, unaweka pesa zako ukijuaga like anytime I can do something with it, you put them in a money market fund. Yes, in a money market fund is good. There is also things called balanced fund.
Yeah.
That are more risky kidogo. There is equity fund whereby you invest in shares themselves, equities. That's why it's called equity fund. But that is risky. So you must be a risk taker so that even if money goes down, because it's shares, and the shares in Kenya, they are not doing such well right now. So I can't advise so much on equity fund. But the money market fund, I can advise. Again, those people who have a lot of money.
Yeah.
There's some wealth management fund. Whereby maybe you take your money like 10 million and you're told like guaranteed after 5 years we are giving you 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kuna kuagana hizo?
Yeah, they're there. Like 50 million after 5 years you are giving 100 million. Guaranteed.
Hiyo ni wealth
management fund.
Yeah.
So when you have such amount of money now, we take you to the real fund managers. Yeah, wanakupea options.
But hiyo ni you have to have at least 10 million.
No. You can even have 5 million. It depends, maybe unataka kuweka 5 years hapa 3 million or something like that. Sasa kuna zile ukifika place unaambiwa this maybe kama ni 5 million we are going to invest your money in this, but it's guaranteed we'll give you this amount of money. The problem with Kenya is that mtu anataka akona 1 million anataka 2 million in a year.
Yes.
Ama 500,000 in half an year. So what usually happen, Kenya kuna ukora mingi sana, utakuta those options are there. Yeah, even if you have 1 million and you want 4 million, there is an organization that are giving you that. But in Kenya you should ask yourself, where are they investing that money?
Yeah.
That other people cannot invest there. Unaelewa? That's why unaona most people have lost their money with these things called at companies za kuwekeza. Then you are told bring your money, we'll start a farm for you. Unaelewa? Hiyo farm tutakuwa tunatoa matunda, then tunauza, then when kuleta tu pesa, then after every year ukujage 600. A lot of scam. But Kenyans deserve that. Kenyans love shortcut.
Yeah. Kuna hiyo nini. Na sasa hii balanced fund ni gani?
Balanced fund, from the name balanced, you know, money market your money invested in treasury bills.
Yeah.
Okay, the treasury bills,
Okay,
which are short term and they mature very fast, 91 days,
Even
180. Yeah, treasury bills. Equity fund, your money is invested in shares.
Yes.
Okay, equity fund is invested in shares. So balanced fund, 50% of your money invested in money market, 50% in equity shares. So that you just know that the only amount of your money that is under risk is 50% of that money. The other 50%, which is money market, is not under risk. It can only increase.
Yeah.
Although at a smaller rate, but it can only increase. So you have just risked. Unajua kuna mtu hataki kurisk yote. So anataka kurisk side moja. So that's what we call balanced fund. It has balanced the two.
Okay.
The lower risk and the high risk. That's what it's called the balanced fund.
Okay.
Yes.
But Nini, someone who wants to save up for their kids' education.
Yes.
Let's say your kid is young, ndio ameanza primo.
Yes.
Wanataka ku save money for their college or high school.
Yes.
Which fund are you taking for that?
You see, when it comes to that, you have to understand, you can't just in blanket tell the client, take education fund, take money market, take equity fund. No. What you have to understand is the client himself.
Yeah.
Because number one, maybe I have been employed today. I don't have an asset income. Maybe I have employed today, I'm getting 200,000 every month. So, and I feel I want to secure the education for my kids. So I give you an education plan. An education plan is whereby I tell you, in case you die, we will do what? We will compensate you like 5 million. Let's have a life insurance in it.
Yeah.
Then we will waiver the premiums, meaning we'll continue paying like you could have paid until maturity so that your kid can have education.
Yeah.
But now the issue comes, and that's why now insurance, we have an issue in Kenya. The issue comes because if a person taking these things is not advised by a professional, they end up making a mistake. Because umeniambia tuna earn 200k.
Yeah.
So me have concluded Mwafrika can afford 20,000 or 50,000 every month. So Mwafrika pays for 7 months. Then job imefanya nini?
Imeisha.
Job inaisha. What happens to pesa za Mwafrika? Zinaenda hivyo.
Zinaenda.
Because there is a caveat whereby if you had not contributed for 2 years and above you don't get your money.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You get that. So there's that caveat. Or you have contributed 2 years and above, you get the surrender what? The surrender value. So when you're advising the client, there are issues that you must look. Number one is, does the client have maybe what we call an asset income?
Yeah.
Because I may not be earning 200, I might be earning 60,000 per month. But 40,000 is from an asset income. Meaning, even if I'm not employed, the 40,000 will always be
there.
Be available.
unaelewa, will always be available. So there is no day hizo zitafanya nini, zitawai kosa. So a person maybe who is earning 40,000 per month na anataka kusecure watoto wake education, and it's an asset income, that person cannot take an education plan, because if he's taking an education plan he's earning 40,000, ataachwa na nini? You're left with nothing. So a person with an asset income, you usually give them whole life insurance. Whole life insurance, because whole life insurance, maybe it will take only 3,000 or 2,000. Maybe a person who is 44,000 and you have a cover of 10 million. Meaning if anything happens to me, my family gets a wealth of what? 10 million. Unaelewa? So a 40,000 person with an asset income, that's what you give them to live wealth for their family. But a 40,000 person, you cannot give them things like education, because ataweka nini? You cannot be left to anything. A person who is earning 40,000 is being employed cannot take things like education plans for their kids. Hata kama ako employed, hata kama ako so sure high is foot or job, that person give him the money market, because they are poor. You are poor. When you are earning 40,000, unalipa nyumba 10k, what, out of 5,000 weka money market, whereby you can access what? You can access your money. Just put in the money market, be accumulating there for your kids. Go na discipline. Because 40,000 any time upate ka ugonjwa kadogo and ukuje kwa ofisi, I need my money. So what should happen for them to be told about education plan, huo mtu lazima, number one, you just sit honestly with that person down. And umwambie ukweli. If it cannot happen, then it cannot happen. Wacha kuchukua kwa sababu watu wanachukua. If it can't, it can't.
So hii life insurance ukisema 4,000, this 4,000 per month?
Yes, maybe per month.
So is it supposed to be paid annually ama per month?
No, you can pay annually, but you can also pay per month. It depends on you. Life insurance, like even 2,000. A person with 20 years, 25 years, 5 million will pay 2,000 per month. Or life insurance, whereby a person says that life insurance inakuwaga hivi, whole life insurance inakuwaga hivi, ni a person like mimi, maybe I'm the firstborn kwetu, watoto wetu ni wanaangalia juu, maybe my mom hana uwezo, something like that, ama maybe hayuko, unaelewa, I'm the torch bearer of the family, I'm the light of the family. So what usually happen is that if nijaribu nizime, any other person in that family amezima. Unaelewa? Because maybe I had a sister in school, ndio nilimplipia, maybe have one in primary, amezima. Ama uko pia na wazazi wamezeeka. Unajua kuna Mwafrika, kuna kijiji unaendaga, unakuta maybe Mwafrika was the breadwinner in that family, alikuwa anasaidia mamake, babake, wameanza kuage. Then unfortunately, because hii dunia ni ya Mungu, Mwafrika dies. Enter that family or homestead 5 years after Mwafrika died. Utaambiwa ile kaburi ya mamake, ile kaburi ya babake, ile kaburi ya bradhake. Because the hope died. Mwafrika was the hope. There is no mzazi depression. Huo mzazi akiwa na kaugonjwa, Mwafrika nitumie kitu. So the moment Mwafrika dies, enter that home 5 years, like everybody is dead, because Mwafrika was the hope. So ukiwa na hiyo situation, ujue like I'm a breadwinner, or there are so many people who are looking upon me. Na huja make it kwanza in life. You have not already made it in life. What you usually do, you take a life insurance. Hata kama ni 3,000, unaweka like 6 million. Unaena, inakufikisha mpaka siku uta make it. In time, anytime ukikufa, wazazi wako wajue this money is there. Muandika maybe parents unaandika 20%, bro yako anasoma 10%, bro, like that. That's how life insurance works. You insure the future of those who depends on you.
So according to you, like every person should have, if possible,
if possible, and you are a dependent, there are people who depend on you.
Yeah.
You are a breadwinner of a young family. You are a very young family. Mumeanza familia. You have small children. You don't have a home for them. Unakazana huko nje. You are taking a lot of risk. It's just one day you are scared and your dad is not coming back. And kama your wife maybe alikuwa housewife, alikuwa anakaa na watoto kwa nyumba, anaanza kufulia, anakuwa mamafua kwa majirani, alewa watoto wako. It's not a good thing anyway. But we don't have, most of the Kenyans, they don't have that word.
Even the information.
They don't have that information. And number 2, watu wengi huwa wanaogopa life, whole life insurance. Because they think now, because maybe Mwafrika amechukua whole life. So if you're Mwafrika anajua, Mwafrika is worth 40 me?
Yes, because nilikuwa takuuliza hivyo. Yeah, those people wakichukua those policy your life mnapata mabuda wengi sahi they don't relay the information to the wives. Alafu like next of kin the children. So how do you approach these kids? Because of course the money is not going to the wife, na ule msi amechukua hiyo policy amepass. How do you notify like how do you approach a 7-year-old kid amechukua like 40 million?
7-year-old kid kunakuwa na mtu anaitwa like kunakuwa na beneficiary. Maybe the beneficiary is that kid. Na kuna maybe the guardian of that beneficiary. Maybe the kid umeweka 7, but the person to be in charge bado umeweka pale juu.
You must put some.
Yes, bado another person there. Maybe like uko na mtoto, wewe ndio utaweka beneficiary. But ule pia mtu umeweka pale juu utampea very small percentage. Maybe 7%, maybe 7%, maybe ni mtu mzima, because pia uweze weka kid peke yake akuwe beneficiary kama hakuna mtu mwingine yako na ID. Because may die anytime. We need somebody who can maybe withdraw that money on behalf of the kid. So that's where now the trick is, because you must find a person who is very trustworthy. And now kupata that trustworthy person, sasa hapo ndio ngori. That's why unaona wase wengi wanaeka wazazi. I have a life insurance, but if I have kids, I put my parents. Because if you're not there today in Africa, the only people who can take your kids like their own, it's your mother.
Kuna kuagana hiyo. Now, is there a way to also break it down? Like, hii do, yes, it's 10 million.
Yes.
But sitolewe in 1 year. Like, ikuwe spaced out. Ndio, ikianza hata kuwestiwa, at least maybe mtu yene zafika 18 kabla ishe. Because you understand you
I understand, but you inakuwa kwa education plans. Education plans you know, maybe this year unapewa this year, this year.
Life
but for life you are that is your wealth. Yeah.
Damn. Okay, you ni shida. Yeah, you ni nini, because kipata mtu anapenda partying.
Akona check.
Yeah, you gonna check.
I think hapo guardian maybe if you are blessed, because see guardians wote wanaweza guard interest zako after umeishia. So maybe if you have someone who has the best interest za mtoi wako, mtoi hata ajuangi like do utoka wapi. Anajuanga like okay, usomeshwa, nataka kila kitu na provideiwa na nini. So at least hata even pia 18
it's still young.
He's still young, hata 21. So ile time sasa ataanza kuseto na nini, anze kumfunza about pesa mapema.
Unaanza kumfundisha. So now does the insurance company ask for a will? Like how they ama ile time unajaza forms ni
doesn't, or you just fill the forms
unajaza kila kitu,
huyu ndio atapewa na huyu ndio atapewa. The only person who can only change, even a will cannot change what ulikuwa umeandika hapo. If nilikuwa nimeandika my mama anapewa, it's like the issue, you saw the issue of Ojode mwenye aliperish na ndege. So Ojode alikuwa na insurance, but in his insurance alikuwa ameandika specifically hiyo pesa ni ya wife. So the family tried to say lazima wagawane. There's nothing like that. Mwenye ameandikwa hapo, kama nimeandika my younger brother 100%, there's nothing, not even a will can change that. The only person who could have changed ni mimi nikiwa uhai.
Okay.
Unaelewa? The person nimeandika hapo, that is final.
so yo yake alikuwa ameandika wife
yeah alikuwa ameandika wife so there was what
how big was that
I don't understand how big it was but it was big ukiona ilikuwa na feud family feud and something like that
because hiyo ndio shida watu wanakulia akilia pesa because pesa inakuwa gariri okay so wacha tusummarize hii story tena sasa so umesema if someone cannot afford the wealth management fund na your money market fund hizo mbili you go for life insurance
you just pay things like 3,000 or 2,000 you get a life cover of maybe 10 million yeah unakuwa too sure like if I don't come back some bills are paid
and this one does not matter how you die even if you die in a terrorist attack
as long as
family still covered.
Yeah as long as you don't commit suicide
okay
as long as you don't commit what suicide accident natural death but before now you take the life you have to be taken to the hospital
terminal illness
si watu wangekuwa wanachukua Kenyatta ukisikia unakufa unasema simulete hiyo kitu nijaze
lakini ikitokea after hakuna shida
the following day
there is even a person called who was Professor Mbai Professor Mbai had taken a life insurance and it had not even gone for months and he was shot dead and the family was compensated
kuzunguka nasema ile nimechukua alafu a few years later maybe 2 or 3 years later discover have a terminal illness
no the moment you enda hosi and the results are positive you don't have these issues even if you get the terminal illness tomorrow
uko sawa
uko
covered
you're covered
okay
yeah.
So ndio kitu kunaangalia so kama mtu ni okerewa poor in quotes at least the best you can do ni hiyo ya life insurance
if you are a poor person
yes
take a life because it's 2,000 number 2 if you're a poor person try so much to have a medical insurance
okay that's even what I'd forgotten medical insurance
yes
if I want comprehensive cover
yes
for my whole family
yes
me wife watoi how much are we looking at
no it depends because
tukianza tuanze na ile kidogo na to up to maybe cover up to 10 million hivi
cover is very expensive medical insurance is not just for anybody so unaona watu wakichukua NHIF though it's not sometime very efficient and reliable unaona watu wakiendea hizo vitu like medical insurance is quite expensive
yes.
That's what I have to tell the listeners so wajue mtu asifikirie ni kitu ati
you jump into
nimeangukia 7,000 so acha hapana because when we are looking at maybe let me give you a nutshell 10 million for medical insurance number 1 factors that determines number 1 its age there is age from that 19 years to 29 from 30 to 40 40 to 50 50 to 65 they pay the same then after 65 any other age they pay as senior citizens yeah so you are covered for life but from 65 the amount goes up because you are now a senior citizen and from 65 you expect the risk is high
yes
that person conditions zinaweza mshika anytime hypertension sukari amefura miguu gout whatever so from there you get the senior cover so if I'm looking at maybe a person who is 30 years old
you
remember me by 30 years old taking 100,000
that's per annum
100,000 per annum that is outpatient there's let me explain now to the listener there's outpatient and there's inpatient part inpatient part is whereby a person takes it because anaogopa in case kitu ye huwa inamshtua ni in case nilale hosi because hapo ndio bili iko so unakutaka wanaume wengi in fact most of my clients wenye ni wanaume they have taken inpatient because mtu hashtuliwi na kwenda hospitali asubuhi na kuambiwa uko na ugonjwa enda umeze dawa yeye anashtuliwa the day atala kwa hiyo kitanda so mambo zake zote zimesimama haizi zenda hustle na ni bill akimaliza kutibiwa bill inamngoja so wanaume wengi wanaogopaga hivyo but kama mwanaume bado ako huko ana hustle anaogopa the day he will sleep in that bed so wengi wanakuwa wamechukua inpatient let me look at a person who is 40 years akichukua inpatient ya 100,000 you are talking about maybe that something thousand
So it's
not 100 1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're inpatient, you're 1 million.
Yes.
You're paying around 36
That,
per year.
Yeah.
Okay. So by the time tuseme kama una pay 100 per year inza kwa cover up to maybe 3M hapo.
100,000.
You're spending
100.
100.
Ni mingi. A client who is maybe 60 years na anataka cover ya 3 million inpatient analipa 61.
Oh, okay. That's good.
He pays 61 3 million.
That is like 5k per month.
61,000 per year.
Per year.
61,000
That's
per
like
year
5
for
Gs.
3 million. Meaning if you are admitted, you can use up to 3 million for the premium you paid for 61,000. But there's that waiting period ya 28 days.
But sasa shida ni ile kuna kitu ile nani Ian alituambiaga kitambo that Kenyan hospitals, the minute they know that you have such high insurance,
Yes,
they are going to give you that unnecessary surgery.
that's true.
They are going to
Put you on
life
life
How
support.
does
Just
because
say-
now this one
Yes.
it will take connected effort of both the insurance company and the patient to protect the patient, so that the insurance company are protecting their money na the patient is protecting their lives because utaki mtu akuchokore just to make 10 million. So hapo
So that's why now here comes with the client, because like we have an open forum hospitals.
Yeah.
You can go to a hospital. So here pia inategemea client make sure at least anaenda hospitali yenye at least inakuwa na to standard. Unaelewa? Because kuna hospitali like hata wenyewe they cannot risk their reputation because of such a thing.
Yeah.
Unaelewa? But kuna hospitali zingine unaenda kuza kando those people hata maybe wameshindwa kulipa rent. So the moment unaingia wanajua sasa hii rent imeingi, rent imekam. So hapo pia inategemea na due diligence the client will do. Because of course ukienda maybe unaumwa na mguu then unaambo now you are operating your knees on something like that, it's not even there, so that they just want to make money. So hapo depend with the client because it's happening. You had one of the big hospitals doing that, colluding in kula pesa insurance vibaya sana. And that's why even insurance in Kenya they are struggling a lot because of that dishonest aspect. They collude the client, in fact even the client collude with the hospital. Yeah. Client anaenda anaambia daktari I have a cover. So because I have a cover
Jifanyishe umenichinja.
Yes. Alafu utanirusha kitu tanirushi. Yeah.
Natoka na bandage
Kenya ni
na
kana
wheelchair. As in,
Kenya ni country ingine nini sana.
Yeah, very dishonest.
Very dishonest.
Because naweza taka vile umesema hivyo inamaanisha naweza taka kujua like insurance companies in a country like Japan must be doing really well because people are super honest.
Yeah, Kenyans ukiangalia like financial report, hebu angalia most of the companies financial report, they don't do that very well, insurance companies. Yeah, because even iza gari unakuta mse like anaongesha gari alipo ingine. Unaelewa? What we call the insurance fraud. Unakuta wase anachukua gari mpya whatever, na si mpya anaweka anaenda anaishua kama ni mpya whatever, and then they make a lot of noise with advocates. So the insurance company has built its name for a very long time, maybe 80 years. Then there's an advocate here na huyu jamaa, they're making a lot of noise saying these people are dishonest and something and something, and the Kenyans already they have that mentality that insurance companies are dishonest. So the insurance company kwa sababu ya haitaki mambo mingi inaamua tu acha nilipe huyu au anaenda hasara kivyao. Yeah.
Na naenda nini? Okay, cuz hata imeni remind.
Unaona insurance company mpaka resolution. Why is it? It was big the other day.
ile resolution health.
Yeah. Why is it?
Cuz imenikumbusha when was this? There is a time nilikuwa na gari yangu ikakuwa na accident and now I remember nikipatia mse fulani hiyo story. Hapo kaniambia si ungeongea nule ungekuwa unajua mtu anajua yule politician ungeongea na yeye kuzia kitu angedu ni angechukua gari yako alafu ingekuwa ni write off alafu sasa ungelipwa. Mjeki. So that's the dishonest unabonga juu yake. Cuz now like a normal car they make it design ikue insurance company has to pay and this money has to come from somewhere. So dishonesty yetu pia inakujaga inakuwa nini. And alafu hii place kwa wealth market fund wealth market
Yes.
hii what happens ni wealth money fund ama market fund
kuna sasa wealth management fund
management okay.
Wealth management fund ndio hizi kuna vitu zote za wealth akina money market balance fund equity whatever all those money are there.
So hii naweza sema nikienda niwapatie must it be at least 5 million ama nizenda niwapatie 1 million na ni guarantee 2 million in 5 years ama it has to be a certain level.
It has to be a certain level. You should go with a certain level and it doesn't even have to be 5 years. It can be even 4 years. It can be even 3 years. It will depend. It doesn't have to be 5 levels. But they are not so much popular in Kenya. You know, Kenya wataki hizi vitu formal like you are growing wealth formally. Mkenya anataka vitu stories za jaba. Unaelewa? Story anaambiwa like kuna business ya Mercury. Unaelewa, na ukiweka 1 million tunaenda Uganda tukirudi kila mtu anarudi na 7 million. Ama kuna shamba kuna Kamulu na ni shamba kubwa na inauzwa na mzungu. Unaelewa, so mzungu anauza hiyo shamba ukiwekelea 1 million tutaenda tukaona hiyo na ni ukora tu. You know, they are not even so much in Kenya. Very popular in Kenya because Wakenya ni nani anangoja ati pesa 5 years.
Okay. Because 5 years is a very short time.
It's a very short time but Wakenya wataki hizo vitu.
Watu ukitaka kujua 5 years ni short. Most probably by the time unawachi Ruto iko juu ya gari ya kikampeni.
2 years aanze
campaign. So 5 years is a very short time. Like if especially when it comes to something like money, like doubling your money, I feel like it's even a better investment than real estate. Ama, what would you say? Like
so
5 million 5 million in my wealth management fund. Let's say if someone can tell me like in 5 years time it's going to be 12 million. I feel like the fact that it's somehow liquid is better than mimi kutry kuuza hao yangu ya 5 million in 5 years time.
You know what should happen insurance is coming from a point of right now kama nikiingia duka yako niseme I'm doing an insurance company, the first person people see is a fraudster. Unaelewa? So insurance have one of the best wealth management funds or the way people can invest their money. But people don't know that part. They only see the fraud people because in 10 people utakosa watu wa 7 wenye wanasema mimi niliweka hizi pesa insurance na zikapotea. Because again, and this I direct to the insurance companies. The insurance companies must now employ people who are qualified.
Yes.
Very qualified people. Most of the insurance company, and like all insurance company, they employ people who are just desperate for jobs. The only place right now, Mkenya anasema anatafuta job, anaenda na anaipata.
Insurance.
Insurance hizo ukienda useme vae tu vizuri. Anatafuta job unapata. So that desperate person going to the market, he must twist the information. Unaelewa? Because number one sina anything. Na tena unalipwa na commission. So now the insurance companies also, they must make sure that these people are on a payroll so that they are accountable for the information they are giving out there. Because I'm paid with commission. Niseme sijalipa rent. Unaelewa? Sijakula. Alafu here there is a client Mwafrika already akona 5 million. So what I'll come with Mwafrika, I'll tell Mwafrika, ukinipay 5 million in 1 year, we are doubling this money. Unaelewa, na Mwafrika ajua amefix that money maybe even for 10 years or 15 years. Unaelewa? But nimwambia with 1 year, believe me, and because mimi niko na tai nini na nampeleka kwa kampuni yetu, naona ni ukweli na jaza papers, he believes it. Then before a year, Mwafrika comes, year ikiisha nakuja nimekujia pesa zangu. Only to realize your money was fixed. You can only get it after maybe 10 years. Unaelewa? And if you are going to take it now, we only give you 200,000. Unaelewa? So the reason why Kenyans, I can't blame them, is because even the insurance companies, they must make a step of making sure they have employed people who are qualified to do this job. And number 2, they make sure that these people, they don't look desperate. And they are not desperate. They put them on a payroll to make sure that people can be accountable for the information that they are giving out there. Unaelewa? But that's not the case. Saizi kutana na insurance person in most cases atakudanganya. Yes. So that uingie kwa deal. Then ukiingia, and that's why unaona mtu amekuzia insurance leo, next year hayuko insurance company. Ni kwa sababu ya masimu. Kwa nini ulidanganya? Anatoka kwa nenda huko.
Anda place ingine. So hii aspect ingine nini pia I don't think tuli explore vizuri. Who should take this education fund?
education plans.
Ni what sort of person would you advise to take an education plan?
Education plan people who take it, namba nilikwambia mtu anaweza chukua namba, maybe you are the dependent, you are the family man. Okay, you are the one who is earning. Unajua kuna mse unaenda unamwambia take an education fund. Anakuambia hata mimi sikuwa isoma na education fund. Ama ulisoma na education fund? Watu wengi wakusoma na education fund. So mtu anakuambiaga kwani sisi tulisoma na education fund? Sisi tuko bado. But what usually happen, mimi naambiaga mtu angalia hivi. There's a guy in your school that was very bright. Okay? Then somehow maybe started 6 35 mzazi akapass. Are we together? So maybe the moment size Mwafrika ukienda hiyo ocha yenyu, there's a guy unaonaga mahali that guy maybe anashona viatu ama amekunywa amekaa hapo hivyo, but ukiflashback unakumbuka mse alikuwa wembe shule, mzazi akakufa, unaelewa? So that was the future ilikuwa cut because mzazi amekufa. So maybe you are a single mom or a single dad, unaelewa? You are the only thing that these children are looking up. So if today uzime these children, the next thing maybe wataenda kwa shosho ama wataenda children's home. Chokoras wengi unaonaga tau, hebu enda ukue na conversation na chokora, umuulize uko unaishi na nani. In most cases utasikia nilikuwa naishi na shosh. Kwa sababu wazazi walienda kitambo hata hajui nilikuwa naishi na shosho wako wapi, maybe Muranga or something. Shosho sasa amezeeka, cannot be able to take care of your kids. Unaelewa? Sasa anawaachia Mungu najua wherever they go. So if you are the breadwinner, you are a single mother, you are a whatever dad, take the insurance for these kids. If you don't have those asset income and maybe take something you can be able to manage and take, but take things that are short. That short period, because haweki education plan because utashindwa kulipia watoto shule, because hata unaweza wapeleka any kind of school, hata easy public school unaweka because your tomorrow is not guaranteed. Unaelewa? That's why you are putting them there. Hata kama umezeeka and you are a guardian na uko na mtoto, just take an education plan for them. Unaelewa? That's why but tajiri, a rich person does not need an education plan. You know, insurance is for the poor people. Insurance is for the poor people. A rich person, maybe niko na his building. They are giving me what? Rent or income of 500,000. I just put these children as the beneficiary and the trustees and everything. These are pesa zitawasomesha. The insurance is for the poor people. Even the medicals. You know the world has changed. The rich people, they think the insurance is for them. Insurance is for the poor people, because a poor person ndio sahi leo akikuwa diagnosed with a condition inataka 700,000. Huyo mtu alikuwa ameanza ku accumulate to asset, anarudi zero.
Anakuwa diagnosed na ugonjwa na
kitu kadogo tu kanataka 1.2. Hiyo familia yote imerudi kwa
poverty,
kwa umaskini. Na tena watu wa biashara. Unaona mtu wa biashara anastahili achukue education plan na insurance. Because a small thing and all that wealth in evaporate.
Now education fund, how much are we talking about?
Education plan is start with how much can you afford from mostly inaanza 3,500 and something like that. But pia you look, that's what I was telling you about, even the people, poor people cannot come on a lipo 40,000 and how many Kenyans are being paid 40,000?
Ni kidogo.
Wako even the people who are getting 100,000 in Kenya, just go and look at the statistics. There are very few. So a person who is maybe earning 100,000 should take an education plan of 10,000. 10% of your money. Then the other 10% he puts in a money market, he saves it separately. So that in future hautakuwa na kaishu kadogo, maybe umekosa 200,000 and then the money you are just looking at ni education plan huwa una save. So huwa unakata you should save 20% of your income. That's what you should save. So the 20% you should separate it. Make sure maybe 10 naweka education, maybe 7 niweke money market where I can access my money anytime in case of an emergency. 3,000 I'm putting for the medicals. The medical insurance.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Because 3,000 medical that means 36,000
36,000 you have an inpatient of 1 million per year, so your issue maybe unaogopa like what if I'm admitted. Hiyo ndio inakutisha.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
outpatient inachukuliwa na mama sana na maybe wenye wako na kids whatever na unawekea kids, but men with inpatient man is okay. Mwanaume anaogopa tu siku atalala kwa hiyo kitanda.
Najua.
Na haso zake zote zimesimama na akitoka kwa hiyo kitanda. Unajua tena wanaume wako na ile eagle. Mwanaume atakagi yani anaomba do.
Hata harambe.
Hata harambe mwanaume afadhali hata akufe kwa hiyo kitanda kuliko asikie mabeshto wake. Wanaongelea venye atachangiwa. So wanaume wengi wanasemaga mimi nikipata inpatient I'm okay now to hustle my
Okay, na kuzulikuwa nasema inpatient ya like someone in their 60s ndio 60,000 in a year.
61 3 million 61,000
so,
inpatient.
Mtu kama mimi size niko 43. So if I'm 43, how much am I paying for inpatient maybe at 3M?
43 or maybe at 3M. I can't have the right figure right now, but I think at 50.
Okay.
Inpatient is not expensive, but if I can take my phone, I can give you the exact figure.
Sawa, unazangalia tu
if I take my phone here, let me give you exact figure. So
because so attentive as poor people.
Yeah. Lazima jo.
No, it's true. No, for inpatient for men, kwanza ukihaza luku nje, make sure you have that inpatient like let me give you example here it is.
Yeah, because anything can happen.
Anything can
happen. Like ukiwa especially health waga tricky sana.
Health ni tricky sana.
Unakuwa 1 minute uko sawa, the next minute you're going through hell.
So tuseme like tuseme you yourself
Yeah.
Tuseme you
so mecheki vile tujuagi where the conversation goes.
I didn't know.
Tukiwanga insurance and
tuseme mtu ako 41 to 50 years
yeah.
Ukichukua 41 to 50 years 500,000 ni 38. 1 million ni 39.
Yeah.
Yes, 3 million ni 62. That is 41 to 50 years.
Yeah.
Then 5 million bado ni 62. Unaelewa? The difference is 300. 3 million ni 62,185. 5 million ni 62,634.
Okay.
From 3 million to 10 million hakunaga difference kubwa. Na 10 million ni ukiwa 43 years 10 million is 68k.
That one now covers one person.
One person and covers that one person.
So nikitaka cover
ukitaka spouse utaongeza 49,000. I mean 3 million utaongeza 46,000 na mtoi 26,000.
Hiyo ni whatever. So itaka mtu around 100.
Yes. So
100
3 people.
Those 3 people.
3 million. That in case any of your member are for ill, you have a cover up to 3 million.
Okay, that's not bad. That's actually very good.
I think ni ikizikitajwa like 100 whatever. If you have that discipline and you put this aside for unajua ukianza like the first month then ikuwa ni tradition haitakuuma because unapata si wengi they can actually afford this money but they just don't want to. Wasi wengi watakai kuweka do mahali yaoni mafanikio.
Like, alafu I think lile sujidanganya it can't happen to me. Unajua hivyo?
No,
sometimes we see disasters and we're like
no hata kwa rodi unaona msee amekimbiza gari anakuta msee mwingine imegongewa hapo na ameku unasikia amenge alafu 100 meters anaanza kukimbiza tena. Hiyo kitu imemsahau. Kenyans wanaga discipline. Yes. Discipline ya kuweka do.
Yeah, cause roads zetu zinakuaga unajua. Roads zetu sikicheza uzabaki umejipata mbali sana. But Buddha jo, asante sana for your that was a very good talk about money and insurance and nini. So saizi wacha tuingie sasa kwa your other strength which is politics.
My main.
Yeah. So tukibonga juu ya politics sijui kwa ile interview ya Uganda ile ya why are you gay? Nakumbuka hiyo interview.
Hata nilikuwa na watch asubuhi.
So lazima sasa tuanzie. So lazima tukuulize mbona why can't Ruto do any right by you? Mufil ni kama kila kitu Ruto anadu kwa Chege hakuna kitu mzuri msa anaweza fanya. Why?
you know, I don't hate Ruto.
Yeah.
I don't kabisa. There is no need for me to hate an individual.
Yeah.
I will waste my time. Afadhali hata nifanye vitu zingine if it's about hatred.
Yeah.
The usually says siku njema huonekana asubuhi.
Yes.
If you want to see a good day, unaona kila mtu leo aliamka asubuhi na the first thing they do, unatoa pasia, unaangalia venye kuna kaa.
Yeah.
Unasikia mtu akisema leo kunaweza nyesha, leo kunaweza fanya, unajitayarisha. So we have a president here. In fact, let me tell you, I supported Uhuru 2013 to 2016. 2017 I did not support Uhuru.
Yeah.
Are we together? I supported because I looked at it and I said no, you can't, this is not right. I supported Raila Amolo Odinga in 2017. And it's the same reason I supported Raila in 2022. Because there's something called honest. To be a leader, you must be honest. If you're not honest to yourself, you cannot be honest even to the people.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm telling you that, number one, when Ruto was voted in, because I will not dwell into the details that kura zilibiwa, that's a very wrong conversation.
Yeah.
It will not take us anywhere.
Yes.
Now we go at the where it is now.
Yeah.
When he was voted in as the president, Kenyans wanted to see what you said, actualize it. Unaelewa? Actualize what you told us. Unaelewa? But the first thing he did, look at the cabinet secretaries.
Yeah.
Because ukitaka kuanza kumess, saizi ukianza a shop, if you want to mess, the first thing, it is the human resource. You take the wrong people in a company, that company will go down. No matter what you are selling. Hata kama unauza gold na iko na market, you take the wrong people to be the HR, to be the accounting officer, it will go down. I asked people and told them, look at that cabinet of William Samoei Ruto. That's why he will never achieve anything. And I'm telling Kenyans, wait even the next year, he will not have achieved anything. It's not about hate. Look at that cabinet. Unaelewa? Because the other day he alifanya vitu naito reshuffling.
Yes.
You cannot reshuffle competence. Unaelewa? If the person who is taking the camera is not good at taking the camera, huwezi mwambia now go to the kitchen. Because incompetence is incompetence. The only dawa ya incompetence is that person to be fired from that position. Unaelewa? But sasa yeye anachezaga na akili za watu. It's only when you take Kenyans for granted, you can just pray with them. Unaingia hapo unaanza kureplace watu. Unareplace Professor Kobia with Aisha Jumwa. Professor Kobia was Margaret Kobia, who was a professor, was in a public service. Unaelewa? Ukiangalia passport, Uhuru akiwa zilikuwa zinatoka mpaka na 3 weeks. You had a passport. Unaelewa? Who was in charge? Kobia. Public service. Umemleta na Aisha Jumwa. Nikikuuliza saizi wewe Mwafrika, Aisha Jumwa alifika class ama alifika form? It is shrouded in misery. You cannot be able to tell. There is a lady anataka kuchukua docket ya kuwa a minister, akienda parliamentarian akiulizwa maswali, the only thing she does, anaanza kulia to seek sympathy. At had a very hard childhood to grow up, nilijisomesha. Umesikia my history. Mimi nimejisomesha university nikiuza juice. When I come here, I want to tell Kenyans what I can do to them. It's not starting shedding tears because that's what has brought me here. Niambie wa Kenya, this is what I can do and I can do this. Unaelewa? Let's go even to agriculture. Medical Inturi. This is a person goes to parliament. I'm saying things that are in public. That you can Google that interview and something. Go to the parliament, and one of the parliamentarian when you wanna move wanauliza, and you want to take the Ministry of Agriculture. Na tulisikia uko na makesi kwa koti. And he tell them to be specific, I have that 4 cases.
Alisema hivyo yeye mwenyewe.
Yes, alisema.
I have 34 cases. Then sasa mimi nashindwa. So a person comes, mtu akuja hapa unampea kazi ya accounting, akusimamie, na mwambie umewahi kuwa na makesi kotini. Bro, niko na 34. What comes into your mind?
Okay.
Unaelewa? So that is the people we are having in the government that you and me expect to perform. Unaelewa? The person who was in that agriculture ministry was Munya. That guy, mtafute tangu governor, mtafutie kesi moja tu tangu akiwa governor. The person who was in education sector, the person who is right here in the education sector is Machogu. Go and read. I will not say about it. Go and read the history of Machogu since the time he was in a dio. Read about pesa zote zimewahi pote.
Machogo alikuwa dio.
Yes.
So igava iko na madio
so
gaga.
wenda usome tangu akiwa sijui district commissioners sijui what those days. Angalia what pesa zilipotea. Pesa zilipotea. Look at the person who alikuwa ameweka hapo hivyo. Because you run a country with decorum and you respect the people that voted for you. Unakuta aliweka wakina Professor Magoha. That person wazazi every time walikuwa nataka kusikiza Magoha amesema nini. Saa hizi ni mzazi mgani anataka kusikia what Machogu has said? Do they even care what Machogu says? Because that hope itself and the confidence of the government inaishia hapo. Unaweka Moses Kuria amedraw trade. And wase wa US. Trade representative from the United States. They come to Kenya but they give that one condition. Unaelewa? We don't want to meet the trade minister.
Yeah.
You know what that means to a country? We don't want to meet that trade minister. Those are brave to say that. Do you know how many other countries that they would have wanted to do trade with Kenya, but just because of that guy, they cannot even reach out to Kenya? Unaelewa? They say that. And that person, instead of taking action, now you reshuffle them. Sasa unampeleka public service. Reshuffling incompetence. Unaelewa? That's what's happened. And that's why our constitution ilikuwa imesema like so that the president is not narrowed to taking only politicians in the cabinet. Alikuwa amepewa achukue even professionals.
Yeah.
Unaelewa? Unaangalia who the best person suited to do this job. Unaenda unachukua yeye. Angalia health NHIF now. NHIF is broke, but when it's broke we have the CS NHIF na kumincha firing chiefs in Trans Nzoia.
Yeah, nakumbuka hiyo.
Unaelewa? Huyu sana mtu anaenda kusema mimi we are one whatever government nime fire huyu chief. And that time NHIF is dead.
Yeah.
So niambie sasa, now convince me how that government will work. Number 2, when you're a president, stop talking too much.
Yeah.
Talk when it's very
Necessary.
Don't talk too much, because as much as you might say things, Ruto is sabotaging himself. You know, because we have 50 million Kenyans who trust the word of the president. Ni kama Mwafrika wewe kwako nyumbani, you have even the kid. Unaelewa? Your word to your wife means a lot.
Yeah.
The day you ambie your wife tunanunua shamba Kamuru, hata after 2 weeks utasikia ikuuliza, maybe it was a joke. Ile shamba ya Kamuru tumefika wapi? Because he respect you as the head of the family. Now here is the head of the government. The head of the government goes and just make declarations. By day kila mtu atakuwa na NHIF. You know, it's
dollar itakuwa 125
higher. In fact, now leave that. So unaenda muna make an agreement with some countries in Arab huko, then unakuja unaambia Kenyans, because let me tell you the issue with Kenyans, number 1 is literacy.
Yeah.
Unaambia Kenyans that we have agreed with some countries that produce oil that will be paying them with Kenya shillings. And the next day the deputy president goes to Mombasa and tell all investors, if you have a dollar account, enda utoe hizo pesa, kwa sababu now dollar itashuka almost 110 and you know you are lying, because how special are we as a nation that all other countries are buying their oil with dollar, but Kenya tunaenda kununua na shilingi na our shilling, and our shilling is weakening daily. Which country will allow sisi tununue vitu zao na our weakening shillings? Which country will allow? And see it ni roadside declaration zinasema na watu wa chini kwa government. It is the presidency, that is the president and the deputy president. Unaelewa? Unakuta vijana wengi wakifanya kazi mtaani, because we have to agree one thing, most of vijana are unemployed.
Yeah.
Sasa hivi Afrika vijana wengi wako bet. Kuna hata ingine naona ikitrend WhatsApp inaitwa avatar. Naona mtu anasema anachukua kichwa, sijui pesa zimeibiwa, zimeenda zote. And they are doing that not because they want. They are unemployed. The previous governments came up with something to keep these vijana busy. Waache drugs, kwa unemployed. Hii kazi mtaani ilikuwa inaemploy watu wengi sana. Young single mothers, kuna msichana maybe alipata mtoto akiwa mdogo, whatever. So we have a president who comes and immediately anasema hii kazi mtaani, it is not for your dignity, it is not good for your dignity. Ati mna osha mitaro and sewerage and something like that, mtaanza kupanda miti. Go and look if it's not what he said. I'm saying what he said so that Kenyans can take me to account for my own words in Africa. So nyinyi by December mtaanza kupanda miti, and he tells them tutapanda almost 15 billion trees. That is the word. 15 billion trees ndio vijana watapanda. So vijana are like, oh, thank you president, tunaanza kupanda miti. So December hakuna miti inapandwa, ilikuwa stories za jaba. So inafika mwezi wa 4, sasa nyinyi hamtapanda miti. Sasa nyinyi tunajenga nyumba. Sasa nyinyi mtakuwa mnajenga by mwezi wa 8 tunaanza kujenga nyumba. So tunatoka hapo tunaenda, I don't know, was it Madaraka in Embu or something. So tunatoka hapo tunasema sasa hiyo watu wa boda hawa by September nyinyi wote mtakuwa na electric motorbikes. What are you saying all these things for? Why are you taking Kenyans for granted or like that?
Achani kwa Jeff Koinange niseme it's getting hot.
So when you're doing all these things, you should respect Kenyans. Unaelewa? At least for once as a president, tell Kenyans things that, and that's what uliona umse anaitwa Ole Sapit. Juzi
Jackson.
You Ole Sapit, ACK whatever. Alikuwa na support nani sana Ruto. But Juzi anakam nje anamwambia, now we supported you, but now calm down from where you are and tell Kenyans the thing you are telling them cannot be done.
Achieved.
Like we nakumbuka kimwambia you had a plan and it's not working.
It's not,
and it's
no,
okay. It's okay to change. So like, this is what I promised Kenyans, but we made some few wrong steps.
So already wako kwa shimo and wanna continue kudip. But that is his character. That's why I'm telling you, Mimi, this one I'm telling you, I don't see any hope, because it's not something that inside anataka achieve. It's only that he prays with Kenyan's mind, like that. Huu ni mtu anaenda Molo, anaambia watu wa Molo, kuna CS alikuwa mjinga. Alifunga hii misitu. Sasa hii misitu, mimi, nimesema ifunguliwe. And 1 week after president giving that declaration, Mau Forest, watu wamejaa tena. People have gone back to Mau Forest. Juzi umemwona last week hapa Gilgil in the official Kironch Rangers. They have already interdicted, I don't know how many forest rangers and foresters who have been fired. Unaelewa? Because of a president speech. Because he's the president mwenye alifungua misitu. Go to Meru Forest. Ni kuisha inaisha. That used to have indigenous free. So a forest amekutwa na watu wamesema, president amesema tukate miti. Na hata wenyewe mlisikia. So the forest hana anything to say. Misitu inakatwa. Then now you are interdicting people unawafuta kazi, and it's because of your own declaration. Vitu zingine don't even say it. Unaelewa? Wacha CS afanye huko chini, ndio kiumana wewe unataka kama president kurekebisha. Unasema I think hapo mlifanya makosa, but it's you, but hapo mlifanya makosa sana kuja kurekebisha. Unaelewa? This is wrong. Unaelewa? But now he talks about this. Right now I want to ask Kenyans, what do you think Ruto can promise Kenyans and Kenyans believe? Not even 1% of Kenyans can believe. They have taken those as the rhetoric things. Whatever he says today, in fact, unaona hata mesema El Nino. Do you think in Kenya believing El Nino things?
Saizi watu wanagijua El Nino. Because I don't know kama nilipatia wase hii story, but hata sisi wenyewe alituambia Facebook itamonetize hapa Kenya, nakumbuka. So vile alisema hivyo, mimi na ujinga yangu na kimbelembele yangu, because I believe the president, nikaenda nikeka details zangu za Kenya. Saizi kumonetize, it's next to impossible. Because now the people who did not trust him hakuweka details, and now they can get someone outside the country to monetize for them.
If you want to know this road kwenye mefika, I want you to Google a clip where they were praying for the rain around Arethusa. And when they said that any person who attended that prayer meeting will be a billionaire.
Hii ni ile ilikuwa Nyayo ilikuwa Feb 14.
No, ya juzi
would be a billionaire.
A pastor said that until I saw the president fidgeting. President akaanza kufanya hivi. That person attend. You know what we are doing? We are brainwashing people. go and if that is something like Kenyans will be like, he can't say that. You look at that clip. Go and say where he said that himself. We are talking about what the president said, that any person who attended whatever Jamhuri, was it also in Nyayo, will get a course. Arizona University, fully accredited and fully paid. Sasa surely, as a president, how can you say such a thing? When Arizona University, what is kind of a university is that? That kila mtu mwenye ameingia Nyayo anatoka na course.
Kuna zile vitu
accredited. So what are you? What these things, you don't say them as a president. Unaelewa? So that they don't haunt you. I know you want to continue with brainwashing Kenyans' mind and something like that, but you don't say them. If I was to advise the president, I'll tell him, tone down, you're talking too much. Number 2, even your ministers are talking too much. Because when the ministers wanastahili respect, unaile respect, unape waziri, I think those are gone. Those ministers ulikuwa unape waziri. Because now they are talking too much. Because a health CS akwenda kufire a chief. A health CS. Hiyo ni kazi ya who? Not even commissioner. Hiyo ni kazi ya DO.
And was that chief even fired in real life?
I don't even know. Yeah?
If the chief is still there, it's embarrassing. If the chief is gone, it's still bad. So
a CS telling people, najua mnasema mafuta iko na shida, but kama unasikia vibaya, enda uchimbe yako. You know, a CS saying such a thing. And then,
but now lazima nikuulize, do you think it's intentional for Ruto to employ incompetent people?
Yes.
Was it because before the answer, nezangalia the other side, Nani was not, I never liked the way Matiangi used to handle the police. I used to feel like, especially watu skasi wale tunatoka Luo Nyanza, the police wali to brutalize sana between 2017 and whatever. But one thing mumpatia credit when it come to immigration, like immigration at some point was very, hata kuitishwa bribe ilikuwa hard. During your time Matiangi, kuna time ile ilikuwa, so nikiangalia, this is someone I didn't know. I knew them through the Uhuru government. Yes? Magoha, I think also Magoha alikuwa namjojo, alikuwa chancellor wa nini. But so there were all these people we didn't know. But sasa kuna hii gava ya Ruto, it's just mostly politicians who've gotten these positions. And they don't look like they're good at it. So angepata politicians wengine more competent because he wanted to employ politicians, ama he enjoys the incompetence of his government. And why would he enjoy something that can, in quotes, cost him the presidency?
You see, an incompetent competent person, if you employ a competent person, umtume ground. In most cases, because of the name yenye amejenga over the years, he has been a career person, maybe he has been in the UN, akina Mugisa Kitui, those are the people we expected to be the trade ministers because they understand the matrices of trade and everything. You know, Mugisa Kitui will not go to the ground to deliver a message from the president that he knows is untrue. Unaelewa? So Mugisa Kitui will go to the ground and instead of delivering the message, he will just shut up. But we want a person who can continue the narrative of brainwashing Kenyans. You can brainwash them. Number 2, a very competent person will not receive a call from the president maybe at the midnight ambiwe uyo director nani should be fired. Unaelewa? He will ask
why.
Anytime a person wants to control everything, you hire people who you can think better than them. That's why you see even the president himself, this is the second time he said it. He said first when he was in the Mount Kenya Hotel, whatever, that is owned by 1 billionaire Humphrey Kariuki. He said that most of you don't even know what you are doing in those ministries. He said the other day in State House that I know more than most of you in those ministries. And you are in charge. And in fact, he said, instead of me, if you guys advising me, I'm advising you. So you already know where is the problem. But you don't want to do what? To correct it.
Jota aliyekuwa senior period alikuwa wamekuwa like some punishment. Tukichelewa State House, don't get in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you already know what the problem is, because
Yeah,
right now, if I know where the problem is in Africa, I know these people are incompetent. I know more than them, and they should be advising me. I'm advising them. What should you do if you really mean well for the country? The first thing you do is to remove them. You put the competent people, because they are there.
People who can advise you.
People who can advise you. So the president is running the government alone. He's a one-man show. And that's what he wanted all along. President want to be a one-man show all along. And that's what he's having. And he will not change it. Yeah. You will be so surprised that he will move one incompetent and take another one incompetent. Replace it with an incompetent person. Just to fool Kenyans that he's trying to manage things. To juggle things. But that's not the case. Unaelewa? That's why I'm telling you it is deliberate. Because if it's not deliberate, we can come and say, maybe Ruto hajajua, sisi ndio tumejua huku nje. Because we are watching, maybe the president has not known that these people are incompetent. But him admitting twice, not once, not twice, that these people, most of them, they don't even know what is happening in those ministries. It shows you that he already knows, but it's the deliberate thing to put them there so that it can be a one-man show.
Okay. Because kuna ile kitu nilikuwa nashindwa. If they're incompetent and let's assume in a different world, he's not trying to run a one-man show. He wants competent people.
Yes.
If he was to fire someone like Moses Kuria, how much support will he lose on the ground?
That's what I'm telling you. He was not about reading a country, but power. Because he thinks he can't fire Moses Kuria, by the way.
Yeah.
He can only replace Moses Kuria. Moses Kuria, already he knows he's a baggage. In fact, maybe there were rumors that he was firing him. Then he changed his mind and said, let me take him to public service. Because he knows Moses Kuria, a person who calls people foskins and talks about foskins in national TV. He knows that kind of person, the kind of talk will start on the ground. So, and for the political mileage, he cannot. He will lose support, yes. Because we have other Kenyans who are just following Moses Kuria for who he is.
Yeah.
Unaelewa?
But si Moses hakushinda Kiambu, so how popular is he?
He's not popular. He's not even popular at all. He's just ni mtu mwenye atenda kwa TV aseme tu kitu. Unajua ni mtu anaweza sema hata tuliba pesa. And maybe it's a lie. But because these politicians who don't have integrity, they are used to getting away with everything. Hata nikuja hapa niseme mimi tuliba pesa hii na hii na hii. The next thing I'll be taken to court. But they already have shaped the perception and the narrative there. That the reason maybe mafuta imekuwa expensive. Munifuta nikiwa trade. I'll go there and say, kwa sababu mafuta imekuwa expensive msidanganywe. Pesa tuliba. Na mimi hapa nilipe. It's like the way Sonko said that tulikuwa tunapewa pesa tunaenda kuchoma magari ndio isemekane ni watu wa nini?
Opposition.
Ni watu opposition wanachoma magari. So there are people who can say something and before you rectify what they have said, the perception has changed. So you cannot fire Moses Kuria. He cannot fire Ares Wahome. Unaelewa? Because again,
why can't she?
Yeah?
Why can't she be fired?
These people where ndio walituma wapige hiyo mdomo yote na kusema all those lies. Yeah? So if they did it, they can redo it.
No, okay. Na Aisha Jumwa, because I don't think she brought any on the table.
You know what usually happen, at Aisha Jumwa, he's like quoting Mombasa.
Yeah.
Maybe Kware. Okay? He wants maybe to have votes there. And maybe like I took your son to the cabinet or something like that.
Yeah.
And Ruto is more interested with politics. Unaelewa? I asked people the other day, nikauliza Kibaki venye alichaguliwa, kwa sababu Kenyans wa mature at that time na wengi wanajua, wajaribu kuflashback waangalie the first time walipata Kibaki juu ya gari tena was when not day. The moment umekuwa president unatoka juu ya gari, you go and serve Kenyans. But Ruto ni juu ya gari. Kama hayuko juu ya gari, ako outside Kenya campaign. Yeye ako tu juu ya gari kufanya campaign. Na ni 1 year. Na hiyo 1 year ndio vitu zimekuwa worse. Dola iliwachwa ikiwa 118 September, just Google. Size ukichange almost 150 and something. Unaelewa? Mafuta ilikuwa 140 something. Saa hizi we are 200 and something. Unaelewa? But the president ako bado juu ya gari because we don't have even na wako wote. Ni president ako hapa. Deputy na yako hapa anapeana story zake. Ma ministers wako nyuma yake wote. Wako juu ya ingine. Wote wanapeana story. Who will ever go maybe to the state house and analyze what is ailing our nation? What is ailing Kenya? Nobody. Look at even Uhuru memwona juu ya gari, and that's why even Mount Kenya people they said in fact one of the reason people hated President Uhuru in Mount Kenya alisema ati aliachana na watu wa Mount Kenya. Kwa sababu Uhuru aliacha siasa. Ametokea juzi kufanya nini? Kufanya siasa, kuambia watu jaribu kuchagueni nani? Raila during the election. Unaona? Kwa sababu hakuwa yona Uhuru tena. But unaweza ona barabara zilijengwa, unaweza za damu zilijengwa, unaweza ona nini ilijengwa, unaweza ona market zilijengwa. You can be able to see, but you never saw him. Because when you have competent people, they will advise you on let us do this in the cabinet. But sasa Ruto nana advise Ruto on what to do. Or his friends in cabinet are politicians. Everybody is going for a governor. If you look at that, in fact, that cabinet, you'll be so surprised half of them will go for governor's position. So they are accumulating money to go and buy. Just wait and see. I know them. I can't name it here. But just wait and see. Most half of those governors are accumulating money. Utaona wengi sana so that they can go and buy. Not to serve Kenyans.
Because when Ahumincha was alikuwa anasema security official anafaa kuwa fired. Ni wapi huko?
Trans Nzoia.
Anatoka huko? I'm sure atarudi back. I don't know.
In fact, that was the narration.
Atarudi hapo to declare she's vying for a political seat.
In fact, that meeting was a political meeting. And some people proposed that she becomes a what? A governor. So you will say something to impress the masses. Because you want to be a governor. These people accumulate money within 2 or 3 years. Akinaisha Jumwa warudi governorship. So they are not there.
Na huko si ni kwa George Natembea?
Nani huko?
Trans Nzoia ama?
George Natembea.
He was alikuwa former
the police he won, sindio?
He won.
Senior governor.
Ndio governor. Okay, wacha tubaki tumecheki nini. So hii incompetence according to you it's intentional?
It is intentional.
One guy is running the government. But if this one guy is running the government and is running it horribly, then what are his chances za 2027? But does he know something we don't know?
Mwafrika, who is the CS for forest, environment and forest?
Hizo najua kweli.
This lady.
Okay, that's what I'm telling you. This government, unless you Google, you will not be able to tell. Unajua hata juzi nilikuja kujua we have a minister called Bore.
Bore tunamjua. Because Bore she was the one who was involved in that house scandal.
Yes. So in fact, watu walimjulia
the house scandal.
The house scandal. Yani lazima kuwe na scandal as a minister ndio ujulikane. Wewe nimekwambia forest hajulikani kwa sababu bibi ana akipata scandal sasa ndio utajua. Na kitambo ungename all the ministers. Ungename ni minister wapi, because they inspired confidence. Ni watu ukisikia mtu ni professor fulani, amesoma, amefanya nini. Unaelewa? Professor Magoha, Dr. Matiangi, Professor Kobia, Mushero, kama ni ICT. Ukikuja ICT, Mushero alikuwa na head Google.
Na pia wananchi, hiyo kuanzisha wananchi online. That was
alikuwa na head Google. So akikuja hapa ICT ni mtu anajua kitu anafanya. Lete huyu Owalo. Owalo unaweza fikiria ICT is an extension of Gor Mahia. That guy is just meetings of Gor Mahia, what, because he thought Waro can use that position to try and overturn Baba's popularity in Nyanza. So he is playing politics with a docket that is so sensitive and can employ many Kenyans. Unaelewa? The ICT.
Walo ni ndio CS?
Eliud. Yes.
Ndio. Okay. Ndio ICT nini? Okay. Because your ICT najua pia it's like one of the things mupatiaga nani credit Kibaki. Because Kenya's internet being at the level that it is created a lot of jobs. The only reason mi nakujua ni juu ya internet. Najua the only reason hii ina-exist ni juu ya internet. True, understand?
True.
And with that I also have to ask you, vile ulisikia tunatry kuban TikTok, what came to your mind?
No, you see, the reason they are banning TikTok is not because of nudity. That's a lie. It's because there's a lot of political sensitization. I included. We are sensitizing Kenyans most because we are able to compare what president said and what he is doing.
Yeah.
Unaelewa? You know, a lie does not go far, but a truth, you cannot kill the truth. So the TikTok is bringing the truth out, political truth, and you don't know Wakenya wakianza kuuliza nyewe, this guy is not the right person for this nation. That is the reason it is being discussed in parliament.
Yeah,
because they know they can be able to shape narrative through the mainstream media. They can be able to send one MP and wambia watu hivi and wambia watu hivi and wambia hivi. But most of the Kenyans, if you look at the statistics that was there, is that 54% of Kenyans, they are consuming news from TikTok.
Yeah.
You know, that's a very big number. So people can be able to now to get real hand information without narrative being shaped somewhere. The raw information. Alisema kila mtu ana HIV December. It's a lie. Alisema, it's a lie. Alisema, it's a lie. Unaelewa? So that's why they're trying to ban the TikTok. Because again, TikTok will show you in an entertaining way. You know, message is being passed in a soft, entertaining way, not the hard way of like you are reading Facebook, Ruto said this, but he's doing this. TikTok, utamona will bring even the effect. Ya mtu anacheka hapo. So you find yourself, even you are the supporter, you laugh at that joke because you know it's true. So that's why they are trying to ban TikTok. Okay? I hope they will not succeed.
Wacha tu hope because pia watu wataikama VPN. Kuna hizi vitu kuban. Alafu Kenya, I feel like Kenya has gone so far that kuturudisha nyuma kwa vitu zingine itakuwa a little bit hard.
It will be hard.
Compared to other countries. Because hata vile umebonga hivyo pia imenikumbusha kina Dr. Bitange Ndemo. Hao ndio walikuwa ICT kitambo. Lakini sikizo mavitu madokta. Because Eliud ni Mr. No disrespect to Mr. because I'm a Mr. also.
Sijui prefix yake.
But vile nimesema no disrespect to Mr. I'm a Mr. too. But nasema try kusema tu hiyo level ingine kulikuwa na doctors, professors and what. And we could see the Nini. Na hii drama ya nani ulionaje tukidigress kidogo history ya Chiloba. And did you ever feel like Chiloba belonged at the CAK?
You see, Chiloba has been a Ruto guy since then. Since the election. Hata ni ile opposition walifanya bado atolewa. And Chiloba is not new to dramas. Is all there with dramas. But you see, I may not comment much because if it was fighting the corruption about maybe 20 million, whatever, for mortgage, whatever,
mortgage, yes,
it is welcomed. I welcome it. But it's hypocritical that the person mwenye anasimamisha Chiloba kazi because of 20 million is a person mwenye alikuwa nakimbishwa na KRA for not paying billions of money in taxes.
Okay.
It's so hypocritical. So that's why I'm telling you the whole of thing is nonsense. Because the person is telling Chiloba he 25 million sijui shuka. Go and read the story ya Margaret Wambui. Yeah.
Okay.
Ni mtu amekimbizwa na KRA for billions of taxes, of evading taxes. If I ask you business una evadiwa for billion of taxes, umuulize what does she do to get the billions of taxes? Akuonyesha kampuni zake ama invest nini ama there is none. Are you together? And that's why our nation is going down. Because it's not hardworking people who are becoming rich. It's a politician who cannot be able to explain when ametoa even 1 million. It's not like Mwafrika. A very big studio, expensive equipment, anataka to build well. But it's not him. He will not inspire people. The people who are inspiring people ni watu wanaingia siasa. Unaelewa? So that Chiloba thing is hypocritical because in the first place we said that Wambui akuweko hapo, it was a wrong turn.
Yeah.
Because that's why I told you in this government everybody has issues with integrity. Kama akuwa nakimbishwa na KRA ameruka hizi mataxes, akona makesi alibai, that is that government. Yeah, so that's the issue at Chiloba. I know it's a lot of nonsense.
Na hizi kesi kufufuliwa, there are people who supported Ruto but kesi zao zimefufuliwa bado. Kulikuwa na Tabitha Karanja, historia yake ya tax I think is still active. And apart from Tabitha kulikuwa na nani pia Waitito. Why do you think that's happening? Because niko nafikiria maybe this was going to now protect them.
That's why I tell people that I may not be old. I may not be old, but I know Ruto very well. I may not be old, but niko na kawisdom kadogo kakujua who is Ruto. The reason Waitito case inafufuliwa na Tabitha Karanja inafufuliwa, it's a warning to the rest. Unaelewa? Tu akina Dede, tu akina Kimani Shongwa, tu akina nani, that hata nyinyi zenyu unaweza fanya nini?
Okay.
Zenyu unaweza fufuka. So it's a warning. So anytime you are out there speaking something, you can see what is happening to the allies. You can look at the side mirror and see ya Waitito imeamka, ile ingine imeamka. So even me, lazima nijichunge what I'm saying. So the only person who can talk ni kama Gathoni wa Mushomba. Mtu anajua mimi, I don't have an issue. So most of the MPs, they want to talk about issues, but they can't dare. Because unajua politician unajaribu kuongea kitu yako inafufuliwa. So ile ni collateral damage. Nyinyi yanyu yote ifuke ikage tu hewa ya as a reminder to the rest that hata hizi zingine ni kufunya tu. Zinaanza kufufuka because unafua ya Waitito. Unafua hizi zingine. Sijui Tabitha Karanja, don't talk about those taxes, that's tax issues. But unafungua ya Waitito. But we have a president here, I think 2 months ago or 1 month ago, who used the presidential pardoning powers to pardon a person, people who had been convicted by our courts. Yani mtu meenda kwa koti, evidence imekelewa, imetosha, koti imesema nyinyi 6 years ndani. Okay? For embezzling over 19 million. Alafu you as a president, you use your presidential power and you pardon those people. What the message are you putting to the public?
Abuse of office.
Yes? Abuse of office. That corruption is allowed. Because the only thing that is killing this nation
is corruption.
If you can deal with corruption at tukibu your 19 million, kama 6 years unakaa ndani. What utati?
By the time tunafika 2 billion, hiyo ni hiyo si ni 100 times. Hiyo ni 600
what
years.
What is killing is corruption. But the moment president does such an act, we are done.
Oh, okay. Na nini, si pia kuna watu walikuwa na argue the same about Uhuru. That Uhuru used to settle political scores the same way. So what would you say about that? Like even during the inauguration speech, unakumbuka nani akisema, you Sharon never need to use WhatsApp again. Gachagua,
You see, one thing about Uhuru, you can see one or 2 or 3 or 4 people, 5 people, even ministers that he fired, even his close friends. Kuna ujamaa wa Kamau wa Nyeri was the minister of transport. Uhuru fired him. Unaelewa? You can be able to even to see the judges that who said no, those people will not be hata poison madaraka na hata kuwa because of corruption, because he had the intelligence report. Uhuru is the same person coming and telling Kenyans, the reason I'm telling you all these things, guys, Kenya is losing almost 2 billion per day in what? In corruption. Unaelewa? So the reason even why they were trying so much to bring like the Mother Karua thing, the Mother Karua to be the running mate, is because they knew in an office of Mother Karua, Africa, you will never enter an office of Mother Karua with the name deal in your mind. Atinataka tufanye deal. Atu uingie ofisi ya Karua ukute ni Karua kwa pale umwambie sasa mkubwa nimekuja tuko na deal. It will never happen. Because they really wanted to try and start saying enough is enough. If you don't do something about these corruption issues, we are going down. Unaelewa? So when our deputy president Gachagua was saying that, he was saying that because he was in and out of cells to explain about around 2 billion something shares. Unaelewa? So lazima akona hiyo machungu akisema hivyo. But we can say that yes, the issue of corruption is not new. It happened even in Uhuru's time. It happened in Kibaki's time. It happened in Moi's time. But this time, there's a paper that the other day Nini said, Felix Kosgei, the head of public service, who said that the corruption right now has reached at a monument level. This time. It has reached monument level.
In this 1 year?
In this 1 year. Such that mpaka Huduma Centers ndio upate passport, kulikuwa na system mbili. The real system and the system outside system. Unalipa system outside system so that the system inside can process your thing. Unaelewa? So that's what, because as a president you must be so tough on corruption. Unaelewa? And that is the same reason Aris Wahome has gone, has been kumetoroka kwa maji. Because the issue was about is dams zilikuwa zijengwe. Hizo ndio watu walikuwa wanapigania, who will eat them money. Is dams zinajengwa, so the PS Rono and Alice they were fighting all along because of dams. Huyo the water whatever CEO was fired. So Alice akajua sasa mtu wake amekuwa fired, watakula nani? So the war. Unaelewa? So because even Ruto himself knows.
So according to Happy Alice alikuwa ngoja tu kukula.
See that other guy was also issues with corruption. And she was defending whatever Alice. But now the problem is the person who is fighting huyu mwenye corrupt, he is even more corrupt than the person we are fighting. Unaelewa? So that's why we said if these people wanted to change this nation and Ruto was really in need kuinua maisha hustler, he could have done right from the word go.
Yes. Na hii pia itani bring back to nini, kuna story imekuwa cause pia vile nimesema Uhuru kuna watu wanaweza sema ati wewe una clean Uhuru kabisa.
Yes.
Kuna mwacha akiwa mweupe kama pamba. But sasa kulikuwa na like the scandal, the K24 scandals. Juko ulisikiaga ile inasemekana like the banks ended up messing up. Ilikuwa ni Kamodho and what happened was the bank ended up owning it, and by proxy Uhuru akaenda amechukua hiyo kampuni. So what would you say about that?
So number one, I want to say that I usually go with Kamodho's story. Who says that I sold the Kameme and K24 to Kenyatta family. The owner herself ajawai tokea nje aseme maybe any person alimtwist or something.
Saizi I think alitokea. I think amesema Majuice where at it reached when she took an overdraft at 12 million. Ilienda ikifika 70 million, and then some people at the bank told her you either look for an investor because this one you can't handle.
Okay. So it was the bank that's told.
But sasa banks inasemekana ni ya the Kenyatas.
So if you look at the bank, the bank has so many shareholders. A lot of shareholders. It's the same way that happened during the Moro Milk. The Moro Milk, whatever happened to the Moro Milk is that Buzeki, who started the Moro Milk, some people wanted to take it away from him. So he said, instead of that, let me sell to the Kenyatas, the Kenyatta family, as an extension of Brookside, because they will give me good amount. So maybe for the story of Kamodho, I read a lot of extra motives. Because this is something you could have said immediately it happened. You know something more Africa, if this is your house, it's like this is my house. Even if you want to kill me, but this is what? This is my house. So such arrangements of the bank and something, I will not tell because I don't know much about it, because amekuja tu juzi. Ni kama ule tu professor wa KU. That professor of KU even cried. That shamba inachukuliwa, nimelazimishwa ni sign. But you know what happened? The truth came out. That even that the same shamba, the same size, the way it was envisioned at that time by Kina Magoha and Uhuru, it's the same way it has been done. Unaelewa? So most of these things, sometimes we play politics with it because maybe we want some favors with something, but that issue I don't
wacha tunaendelea kufuatilia hiyo story ya Rose. But sasa pia lazima nikuulize now, Mount Kenya, who do you think is going to be the next kingpin?
Sorry,
because kuna watu wanasema Gachagua is not the one, because automatically it should be Gachagua.
Mount Kenya will not have a kingpin, and Mount Kenya will have will never achieve unity until Ruto is out of Mount Kenya. The impediment to Mount Kenya unity is one person, and they will come to tell me if I'm wrong. You know, the good thing, time vindicates everything. The impediment for Mount Kenya unity is one person, William Samoei Ruto, President William Samoei Ruto, who I respect so much. Because you see, the road that they took Uhuru is the same road that Gachagua is being taken right now. Even if I was asking people that what happened to Gachagua, that he didn't read the script that it was used against Uhuru and know that the same script is being used now against him. Because during the script that was used during Uhuru, now let me give you something you don't know. It is Uhuru who told akina Dede, akina Gachagua, akina Ares Wahome to go to William Ruto. Yes. Anytime there was a activity that needed, maybe a road that needed to be tarmacked, Uhuru, akina Dede, all these MPs from Mount Kenya will go to Uhuru and tell them, kwangu kuna barabara inastahili kuwe tarmacked. And they will tell him, because I am looking the issue of the nation now. I'm a president for the whole country. Do this, go to the deputy president. Mwende mwangale which road need to be tarmacked, and then he will let me know. So Uhuru will know the roads that need to be tarmacked through what? Through William Ruto, and they go to the ground. But when after they have gone to the ground, badra wakuja waseme tumetumwa na baba. Tukuje tuangalie barabara. So it is them now. They own it. And the next thing, when Uhuru now is saying tutengeza hii barabara, anasema yes, alitengeza barabara, hatukulagi nini? Hatukuragi barabara. You know, so Uhuru was sabotaged by the people he used to send on the ground without him knowing. When he was coming to know, it was too late. Akienda kutafuta baba. It was too late. Unaelewa? So the same thing is happening to Gachagua. So Gachagua now, juzi uliona akita mpaka MCAs wa Murang'a. Wakanakataa kwenda. Gachagua. A person who thinks he can read Mount Kenya, anaita MCAs. Then there's a phone above Gachagua that inaingia kwa MCAs, mtu asiende. The same Gachagua juzi umeona kwa newspaper, because I know you read newspaper. Akisema, in fact, walikuwa wamewekwa Dede Nyoro na Gachagua hapa. You see, Gachagua was used to fight Uhuru. Now it's Dede Nyoro who is being used to fight Gachagua. So if you got most of the MPs right now in Mount Kenya, they are leaning towards Dede Nyoro. Not because they like Dede Nyoro. It's because now, if you're into Dede Nyoro, you'll get some tenders from the government so that they can undermine who? Gachagua. The same reason you saw Gachagua saying that most of the Mount Kenya MPs now, they are going directly to the president. They are not passing through him as the senior most politician, not even Kingpin, the senior most politician in Mount Kenya. They are going directly. So the people, number two, you know why the cabinet reshuffle was done? The reason why the cabinet reshuffle was done, it was not to improve services, because there was nothing new that was changed. It was to make sure a brother and a brother fight to death. If you look at the cabinet very well reshuffle, it was a Kikuyu cabinet reshuffle. Not even Mount Kenya cabinet reshuffle. Because a Mount Kenya cabinet reshuffle expected people like inefficient ministers like agriculture, Medika, to be reshuffled. But who are reshuffled? Kuria, Ares, Miano, and the rest. Those are the people who are reshuffled in Mount Kenya. Who are up. So the next day when Rigathi Gachagua met, after reshuffle, he met the cabinet secretaries. Moses Kuria did not attend. Because Moses Kuria, in his mind, he thought the person who orchestrated his removal from the trade ministry was Gachagua. The Gachagua who didn't even know.
Aliweka mpaka picha yake kwa Twitter.
Yes. Gachagua who didn't even know that there was such a what? A reshuffle that was coming, alijua na watu wakijua. So Moses Kuria akona bitterness against Gachagua, thinking this is the man who orchestrated that. That's why it was very necessary. You put these people against each other, the brothers. They kill each other so that you can be able to dominate them and to rule them. That's why I'm telling you, those people, even on my side, the Keoni, the Munya, Kinari and something, who are saying that let's have Kamwene and the Mount Kenya unity. I'm telling them they should be so careful, because it will not happen. Because the person who made it Mount Kenya to scatter the way it is, he's still the chess master in the whole thing. He's the one who is fighting all this. And we are here with you. You will tell me what will end up between Gachagua and the rest of Mount Kenya people. He will be put against them the way it was done to Uhuru.
Na see, pia there are people who say that Gachagua was not Ruto's first choice. Ruto alikuwa anataka, ilikuwa Kithike. Kithure, yes. Kindiki, So, walikuwa nasema si yeye, alikuwa first choice wake. So, he was twisted. Na kwa ile time kulikuwa no Gachagua, no Ruto. Na kwa there was some protests like that. Madera. Yes. So, don't you feel like maybe Sasa Ruto is just wants to get the person he wanted, not Gachagua?
No, in fact, let me tell you one thing. They might try to sideline Gachagua. But one thing is it that even 2027, Ruto will just take Gachagua.
Yeah.
That one you can take to the bank. Because, Ruto wants such a person with a lot of weakness. You think, let me give you an example. The other day they have NDC. And President William Ruto stands and say, I have my deputy speaker here who is a very truthful man. Okay, he's saying things that are very true. And in referring to the truthful man, he was referring that this man is telling people that our government is a what? Is a shareholding what?
Yeah,
organization. Because that's what he had said. He repeated, this our government is a shareholding thing. Then the same Ruto goes to Oluonyanza and says, a person who think that this government is shareholding is primitive and backward. Unaelewa?
Yeah.
It's like, me, I know this guy's weakness. I'm giving him script. Because I can tell you before God, whatever our Deputy President Gachagua says, and I'm telling him so that if he can listen, he can take note. Whatever he says, it is scripted for him. Because pale mbele inatumwa kumchinja. Unaelewa? So mchezo this is a share thing, share. Pale mbele yani unasema kitu wanajua pale mbele, they will use it against you. And the same way, you have to sijui nini mbaya. Gachagua was given ati mambo matatu. He was given, in fact, mambo matatu started with Gachagua.
Yeah.
It's not Ruto.
Oh, okay.
It's not Ruto. Gachagua came to Mount Kenya way before. In fact, it was December. Akasema nimepoa mambo matatu. Nimepoa kahawa, majani chai, na maziwa. Unaelewa? So these people had already known that they will sabotage the coffee. So haikuwa sabotaged. So Gachagua hawezi ongea tena because aliambiwa na government, sasa wewe ushughulikie mambo ya Mount Kenya ngapi? 3. Ushughulikie kahawa, ushughulikie majani na ushughulikie maziwa. Unaelewa? Saa hizi Gachagua mwenye alipoa hiyo coffee ikiwa 130. Saa hii ni 50. Alipoa hizi mambo na ukulima macadamia ikiwa 150. Could have gone to bank and take a loan with the macadamia in shamba. Saa hizi macadamia zimejaa kwa maduka, zimejaa kwa street. Ni mbao na shilingi 10. Unaelewa? So the Mount Kenya people now thinks who is a failure here? Gachagua. But it's not the failure. It's scripted. It is scripted how this guy will fail and he will be turned against. So Ruto does this. Unasikia wanasema Dede Nyoro will be the next word. Yeye ndiye atapewa presidents Mount Kenya kimpini. Already wameambia Ishongwa that yeye atakuwa deputy wa Mudavadi. Already Gachagua knows he will succeed who? Succeed Ruto. But he makes sure that nobody follows Gachagua because there is no MP that follows Gachagua in Mount Kenya. And I make sure they are following Dede Nyoro so that they can scatter these people completely. Unaelewa? This can scatter them. That's why you see there is a tension now between Gachagua, whether they like it, Kenyans are not new to these things. They know when the tension starts and when the gap start widening.
It's almost immediate.
Very good. They know immediately. So you can see there is a good gap between now Gachagua and Ruto. Unaelewa? Hawapelekani. Because I hope and pray that our Deputy Gachagua will not come to know too late like Uhuru did the whole game. Because I think what happened to Uhuru is that he realized too much late. That even the members of the priests, the pastors, the evangelists, have been paid to paint him in a very bad way. Musicians. So Gachagua singoje musicians waanze kumwimbia mawimbo. Mount Kenya wapo 5 million waimbie venye walimbia Uhuru. Because if you ask people of Mount Kenya Kikuyu now, the way now things are, Uhuru alifanya makosa gani? He just loved them. Pato kambo rubis ni Uhuru. Kenya Power, the biggest shareholder ni Mama Ngina. But it's akina Dede Nyoro.
Hiyo ilikuwa interesting sana because hatukukam kujua at what point Mama Ngina aliuzia Dede.
Sasa hebu niambie sasa at what point did Mama Ngina aliuzia Dede shares?
na hiyo ni unajua ni kuna kampuni wezi uza shares wewe Kenya Power unaweza uza
those are the biggest shareholders
because that's some sweet money like you hakuna competition, it's a monopoly, so I don't think there's anyone there who's ready to sell shares. Okay, so let's if we were to give Ruto the second term
yes
2032 who would you see taking it? Unasema Dede more than Gachagua?
He can't. This is I have told you Gachagua now Mount Kenya they will fight brothers to death. They will be fighting this and that, will fighting this and will fighting this. Mount Kenya unity, that is a mileage now.
Yeah.
It might not come again as long as Ruto is in charge. Mount Kenya unity they should forget. Wanapiganisho wote vichwa hivi. Unatolewa hii ministry unapelekwa wewe unadhani Gachagua amekutoa. And Gachagua doesn't even know. So una begrudge Gachagua thinking he's my enemy. Alafu tena unajua ni kuwapiganisha because ukitoa Alice water. Unamtoa water unaweka Njero. Unaelewa? So Alice things people politician allied to Njero to do that guy Njero are the reason. Umetolewa wapi? Water. Alice ndio atolewe water. Do you know what happened? There was a lot of war in Murang'a. In her hometown. Hakuna palingine kulikuwa na vita. Hakukuwa na vita ati watu wa Nyanza wakasema Alice atoke. Hakukuwa na vita Rift Valley wakasema Alice wahome. The war was orchestrated in Murang'a, her hometown. Kulikuwa na mabango like every week. Alice must go from the water. And they are being sponsored. And the issue of the county water is with the county government. It's not with Alice. But ilikuwa kwake nyumbani atoke. So that in the end, it will take a keen eye to know who is behind it. So nyi mtafikiria ni watu wa Murang'a hawataki Alice aka in the Ministry of Water. Lakini si watu wa Murang'a. They have been paid. That's why the things I'm saying then again, as the Mount Kenya people, we must have ideologies. Si lazima pesa. Ati mimi leo Mwafrika ukiniletea 20 million, go and mobilize some youths. Waseme my brother or my sister Aris must go. Then answer, Aris must go. Aris must go where? Why? We should ask ourselves that. Because our people in Mount Kenya, and the reason you are seeing they are following my agenda. You know, people are seeing like most of them are following my agenda. It's not that they are following my agenda. Mount Kenya is becoming desperate for a leader. It's becoming desperate for a leader because right now we don't have any person who we can cling on. So any person we see like anaweza tokea kama minajenga kila mtu anamfuata. So we might make another big mistake in 2027 if you allow this government of Kenya Kwanza to continue. Yeah.
Na hii 10 city tour ya nani? Is it 10 city tour? Hii ya Uhuru, how do you think about it? Ama 10 constituencies where he wants to go around.
No, that was a propaganda.
Haiko?
Haiko.
Okay.
I did not even do that. That was not there.
Now, do you think
it is people who are missing him a lot and they wish he can do it?
Yeah. So, auoni kama tutamwona juu ya gari tena?
No, Uhuru amechoka na Wakikuyu. I can tell you that. Me, I would love, because I love that guy. Uhuru and but amechoka. That guy hakuna kitu wa kufanya Wakikuyu Mwafrika. Mwafrika the other day Mudavadi 2 months ago kwenye kulikuwa na seminar huko Kakamega. Mudavadi alisimama in front of President William Ruto and Gachagua. Akaambia watu wa Western that if you people give me a chance to lead you, I will do maendeleo vile nimeona Uhuru alifanya wapi? Mount Kenya. I saw the deputy president ameinamisha kichwa, president ameangalia kando, au wengine watu ameinamisha kichwa. Because it's true. If you come from Nairobi, you will go all the way to Nyeri with a dual carriage. Name any other part of the country that you can go with a dual carriage. You go to dams. We have a Dhiba Dam, a very big dam. We have Karimeno Dam, a very big dam here. You go to markets. There is even modern markets in forest like Chaka. You go there and you are like, how comes this market ilitengenezwa huku? He did a lot. And that's the reason Uhuru, by the way, aliwacha pole akatoka. If there is a person even here tuko naongea about Hague, it is Uhuru mwenye alitoa pesa zake. Hakuna mtoto kina Uhuru alikuwa anakufa Rift Valley 2007. It is Uhuru who sacrificed his name. Uhuru will die as a person who has gone to Hague for criminal charges. For the sake of who? For the sake of Kikuyus. So Uhuru, with that pain, I don't think he will come back. He was humiliated enough. And the people of Mount Kenya know it was a lie, but they continued to humiliate President Uhuru. They knew it was a lie.
Kuna mtu wa Central hapa. do you share the same sentence? Huyu mtu wa Central, I think you by the time Uhuru alikuwa anatoka ulikuwa umechoka naye.
Yeah?
Wewe?
Of course, yes, because pia amesema aliacha kufollow Uhuru from 2016. Of course ulikuwa na sentiments zako, but I didn't like the way, I wish he could have gone straight aseme like, I'm doing this because of this. I'm doing this because of this. There was a lot of sugarcoating back and forth. We didn't know what's happening after the handshake. Ukiuliza watu wengi, what was the government after the handshake? You don't know. So, hao ilikuwa vita zao. Sisi ndio tulikuwa tunaumia. Mi hata sikuwa na saidi yote. Even now, I wouldn't say ati I'm a Uhuru person, I'm a Ruto person. Me, both of them walikuwa na try the best way venye watamaliza. Ruto alikuwa anajaribu vile ata remain in power, ata take power after elections, na Uhuru vile ata remain relevant mpaka tena yake ishe. So most of them walikuwa anajaribu tu protecting their turf.
Na nini ushaenda Nyeri vile amesema, because I don't think the last time Nyeri ni kitambo. So if vile unabonga juu ya dual carriage, I actually don't know, but one of the things ile musemaga I'm happy about the inaitwa expressway. Ile siku nikipeleka bro airport when we got stuck, I was there with you. Kumbuka kulikuwa kunanyesha kabisa before the expressway, and he ended up paying like $200 for being late.
Jam yani tukiwa museum here.
Yeah, wacheki. So hii kitu ilisaidia musemaga expressway.
Wacha nikuambie, if there's something, na I even told you before, if there's something Uhuru did kwa tena yake ni barabara. He really, as in Southern Bypass, Western Bypass ikapatana, sijui whatever, he really did a lot by the way when it comes to infrastructure. Here I can't take anything from him. As in kwetu,
lakini ujenda Nyeri bado
Nyeri najua kuna barabara fulani na
inaitwa Marwa.
Yeah.
It's called Marwa.
The last time I was there,
Marwa dual carriage.
Kitambo kiasi.
We go to Nyeri with a dual carriage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cuz
Nyeri with a dual carriage. Yeah. A place that you are taking 2.5 hours. Gari yako ikienda vizuri, a dual carriage. From Nyeri, you can be taking 1 hour.
Kwa hizi kitu inanibamba ni hii nini? Cuz pia vile alitengeneza maimahio alafu sasa kuna hii suswa. Cuz hii suswa ndio nataka kuitumia.
Hata hii unaona
hii chini. Cuz mimi unajua maimahio mwambia gato naonaga hivi. Stagagi heights. Alafu spendagi Nakuru nini highway cuz people overspeed too much. There are too many cars. But notice hata kiendaga na kina maimahio there are less cars. So niko sure suswa has much less cars. So mimi nizafurahia sana kudrive huko chini.
Hata ya Nakuru Muru ilikuwa dual carriage. So hata ilikuwa imepo France whatever tena. Even the Mau roads, he had connected all Mount Kenya counties with one road. That let me tell you the reason why I fault our people so much. They never saw the big picture. Do you know why there was a Mau road in Mount Kenya? People don't know. The reason why there was a Mau road in Mount Kenya is because Uhuru had already built a dry port in Naivasha. Unaelewa? There are some European countries because of this green economy and something. They will not be consuming. They are coming with laws that they will not be consuming their products that umeleta na barabara, the road. Unaelewa? They want most your products in most cases zipelekwe na rail to the sea ziwafikie. Unaelewa? Ziende na rail mpaka sea. Unaelewa? So Uhuru akafanya hivi. And that's why Uhuru told our people, one day you remember me. Uhuru was not that person of PR. So akatengeza pale dry port Naivasha. Alafu hizi zote Mau road was zinapita pale Naivasha. From Nyandarua. So a person in Kirinyaga doing horticulture, akilima horticulture, maybe analima matunda, na angetaka vitu zake ziende Europe, yeye hata angeshinda kuja Nairobi. Yeye angetoka huko Kirinyaga, ashike Kiambu, ashike Nyandarua mpaka dry port Naivasha. Aweke vitu zake Naivasha, zichukuliwe na train mpaka wapi? Mpaka Port Mombasa. Port Mombasa ziende Europe. Mtu yote ako Nyeri, huko mwisho Nyeri Endarasha. huyo tu angevuka tu hapo Endarasha, vitu zake ziko dry port pale Naivasha. Unaelewa, zichukuliwe pale Naivasha mpaka Europe. Mtu ako Kiambu ni kusuka tu hapo, hapa Kiambu zimeshika na Nyandarua ako Naivasha, achukue dry port, aweke vitu zake dry port, apeleke wapi? Europe. Watu wetu wakaambiwa ati dry port Naivasha ilikuwa kwa shamba ya atilifikishwa hapo ndio ifike kwa shamba ya Our people did not reason. Wakafikiria ati imewekwa hapo ifike kwa shamba ya Uhuru. Na hiyo saa hizi leo hii ndio President William Samoei Ruto ameenda kutafuta loan so that ni can continue hiyo rail iendelee kwenye ilikuwa inaenda, but wakaambiwa ati ilitolewa Mombasa all the way ndio ifike kwa shamba ya nani? Uhuru. That's why Uhuru said one day these people they will remember me. Another thing that people don't know, do you know since time ya Kibaki tried to bring the issue of equal distribution of resources because of the Mount Kenya people, because there are many, ikashindikana. Uhuru for the last 10 years he has tried all al-kadabra to make it happen, ikakata, because you need to bring all the prayers on table so that it can happen 20 referendum na all Kenyans wasikiza. Uhuru literally knelt down to Mudavadi akakubali. Uhuru literally knelt down to Wetangula akakubali. Uhuru unajua venye walikuwa na beef na Joho, Uhuru because of Coast Region, Uhuru literally knelt down to Joho akakubali. Uhuru knelt down to Baba because of that one thing. Yeah, one man one vote shillings, ndio Baba akubali. And you can remember during that time Baba used to go to Nyanza every weekend kusikiza watu wa Nyanza why we need that one man one vote shillings. You can remember even sometimes Akina Orengo asked why this one man one vote, what is it there for us? And Raila will go to Nyanza and ask people of Nyanza, and that's why I have that man. If it is their right, it is their, are we doing them a favor? No. If we are not doing them a favor, then let us give them what? The one man one vote one shillings. Saa hizi what Uhuru fought so much na akareta watu wote, because Wetangula was in, Mudavadi was in, Raila was in, everybody was in, so that the Mount Kenya people hapa hivi wapate their share of one man one vote one shillings. It is not their share because it's equal distribution of resources to all Kenyans. But wakaambiwa Uhuru alikuwa anataka kufanya nini? Kutengeneza a prime minister seat. Unaelewa? Na official opposition seat. Size as we are talking, Ruto amepitisha nini? Amepitisha prime minister na already iko na Mudavadi, na amepitisha kiti ya opposition na ipewa maofisi. But the one man one vote one shilling that Uhuru fought so much, that is history. Now number one, Uhuru went even to Mount Kenya and told them, I know of a place children get 100,000 bursary, but in Mount Kenya mzee anakufia kwa line, anakanyagwa anakufa akitafuta bursary ya shilingi ngapi? Na 2,000. Mpaka akauliza hata hiyo 2,000 ni ngapi hapo anapata? They don't get. Right now go to Mount Kenya region, even Kabete where my friend comes from. Vijana mtu alipita because hawezi mpeleka pahali because hata kuna shamba ya kuuza. So right now all of them are wasted. It's either they are drinking alcohol in the villages, and that's why you see any person talks about Mount Kenya nakwambia Wakikuyu wanaisha. Wakikuyu wanaisha. Enda shule hakuna Wakikuyu. Enda even universities, they're not there because poverty is increasing. We used to farm, it is no longer there. Alafu ukiuliza watu wanasema sisi hatutaki basari, tuko tunajitafutia nini? Pesa. Ni pesa gani wanatafuta? Which money, which poverty right now is creeping to our region like never before? Look at even the counties the other day. Which counties were doing well? Akina Homa Bay, kwa Wanga. In fact, the region that collected the least amount of money ukiangalia nini was Mount Kenya. Mount Kenya County, they are not even collecting money because Uhuru tried to warn them and even told them, I'm telling you things that even 50 years you will come to remember that I tried to warn you here. Yeah, but atupangwingwi.
But it's very interesting because kuna kitu Ian amesema I find very interesting. Because Ian sijui kama amesema intentionally ama by accident, amesema shida ilikuwa hii handshake ilifanya like Kikuyus could not understand where the government started and ended.
Very good.
Do you feel like that was the Nini that made him so poisonous that now even if he was doing a good thing hakuna mtu alikuwa anataka kusikia?
Let me tell you, there's been this beef with the Luos something and this beef with the Luos, Uhuru as a man He tried even to ask and these dynasties, let me tell you the reason.
Yeah.
Tell me one dynasty in Mount Kenya who was supporting Ruto. Very few or none.
Yeah.
That's why he even brought Hasravas dynasties.
Yeah.
The reason even we had handshake was like, what is all this enmity? Can it be traced to something? It cannot. Because even if you trace it in 1963, when you were getting independent, it is Jaramogi that the Europeans wanted him to be the what? To be the president.
Yeah.
But he said, not yet Uhuru, where Kenyatta is in what? Kapenguria. Kasema wacha Kenyatta akuje, achukue nini yake. So wakauliza, even in 2002, who made Kibaki president? Was it not Rakina Raila Kibaki Tosha? We have the Kikuyu and the Lus. So wakasema, this is enemy. And Uhuru, by the Uhuru loved peace. That's why even in his party, the symbol was a dove. Because Uhuru was that guy. Peace. Uhuru unasikia mpaka 2017, when there is war, Uhuru was ready to let it go. About after notification.
Yeah,
he had said, Mimi, let me go home, but hakuna mtu nitakubali Kenya akufe hata mmoja because of election. I'm ready to leave this seat and go. That's when unasikiaga William akisema they almost fought him. Akisema he's ready to go home because he just wanted a peaceful country. Na Uhuru akauliza watu, if we could have been having like every Monday demonstration, who does it benefit? Alafu hiyo demonstration mtoto ameuliwa. Hiyo demonstration kuna mzee hajarudi kwa watoto wake. Who does it benefit? Uhuru said, let's have handshake with Raila. I want to ask my viewers here. They should tell me venye Raila aliingia serikali. Because that was a narrative again that was sold to hundred Kenyans. If Kenyans are not careful. Because cabinet yenye ilimaliza 2022 ni ile cabinet ilichaguliwa na President Uhuru na William Ruto. Hakuna mtu wa cabinet mmoja akina Chilugui wenye William Ruto alikuwa ameweka kwa serikali alitolewa, Raila akaleta mtu wake. Not even one. The people who finished that government are the people that Ruto had brought and Uhuru had brought. Na wananchi wenye wanaangalia waniambie mtu mmoja tu Uhuru alienda akafuta kazi ndio Raila alete mtu wa? Not even one. He went that ile honest. Na ile honest, unaona, akasema we want a country whereby, na Uhuru akaambia watu, it is sickening that after every election we are fighting. Our forefathers used to fight after every election. We are going the same road, and that's why Uhuru wanted these things settled once and for all. Unaelewa?
Okay.
Even in my heart right now, I know Uhuru did the right.
Okay.
And history, because history will judge us.
Ian, do you feel the same?
No, Ian
It's very good to see the different views.
Ian anastahili atuambie mtu mmoja tu venye ajui, kwa sababu anasema ajui venye serikali ilienda. Atuambie tu mtu mmoja alitolewa venye ile alisalimiwa.
Of course nothing happened.
Nobody alitolewa.
Nothing happened. Me I just say no one understood how.
And mostly Ian, let me tell Ian, it was because of that one man, 1 shillings. For Uhuru to make sure that it has gone for Mount Kenya people, he had to bring Raila on board. Because whatever was discussed in the handshake, it is now being implemented without one man, one vote, and it will never be implemented for the Kikuyus. It went like that. That moment will never ever come. It was just that moment that Raila was so willing, and he has been like that, by the way. You know, the reason I tell people Raila has been like that, and that man will go down in history to me as one hero that stood for this nation. When Kibaki wanted to build the Super Highway, when he wanted to build the Super Highway, there was so many people who had grabbed that land. There was not even land for expansion. Kibaki anataka kutengeneza. He has a plan, but he doesn't have the right person who can make it a reality. It is Raila. Raila is the reason why we have the Super Highway. It is Raila who gave people ultimatum 24 hours. Kama umejenga barabara, get your stuff and get out.
Yes, kuza Nakumatt.
Very good. Ni Raila aleta hizo vitu zote chini, akawape 24 hours. The reason we have Mau Forest here is because of Raila. Unaelewa? So me, I knew this man is a guy that doesn't keep grudge. He moves. That's why ukiona akicheka na Ruto, you might think they have been friends all their lives. ukiona wakicheka na Uhuru you might think they have been, and that is na nilikwambia that is the reason why Uhuru fell for Raila, because most people have never known that guy. People have never known that why hata saizi if Uhuru was to come again he will tell you afadhali mzee mwenye hana haja ya kujaza mifuko yao kuliko mtu tam na nia ushika.
Sana konka speech.
Naikumbuka speech. Because it was so personal.
Alikuwa amechoka.
Unaelewa? So naambia and the reason why Uhuru brought Raila, he looked at that karanja in the village who usually get 2,000 and there's somebody who get 100,000. Watu Mwafrika. Juzi county imetoa report on counties that are productive. Top 10 unakuta kuna Kiambu, kuna Nakuru, kuna Nairobi, kuna Meru. But what they are getting back ile ya kugawio hakuna. Unaelewa? That's why Uhuru went to Raila and told him this and this and this. And Raila being a justifiable person, si mtu wa, and that's why unaona hata watu wengi huwa wanafuata Raila. Usidhani hata ati these billionaires they are stupid. Ati billionaires following you, akina SK, akina Monga, ati they just follow you. No. What are they following you to do? You are not a billionaire like them. They can only wanaweza tu kukawia pesa. Is looking at the heart of that person. Because one day I tell my friend Ian, and Kenyans to know this, SK Macharia gave a story. Akasema he started something called Madhu Paper so that people can understand who is Raila. So when he started Madhu Paper, during that time Moi was finishing companies is Wakikuyu na kuamaliza. So during that time SK kampuni yake kaingia watu wakaanza kuharibu machine.
Ile kampuni yake toilet paper.
Madhu Paper. Yeah, toilet paper. Yeah. So akaanza kuharibu kila kitu. Akatafuta all politicians in Mount Kenya. Akawapigia simu, akatumana mtu akuje msaidie. The only person who went there was Raila. Raila alienda literally. Akaenda akapigana mpaka na maskari ngumi. And Raila was jailed because of SK Macharia. Unaelewa? So since that moment you cannot uwezi wasikiza otherwise. They know from the heart that he has been fighting for justice. Unaelewa? But our people ile Raila mutavaa vinyasa, you know, a lot of nonsense, because you cannot ask any Kikuyu what is the issue with Raila akupe one concrete answer.
Yeye niko na kinyasa.
Nobody can give you a concrete answer. They just start giving you who hujui.
Okay, but sasa tukimalizia,
yes,
2027, what do you see happening? Let's start with voter turnout.
Number one, voter turnout itakuwa chini.
Yeah, okay.
Because even last election ilikuwa chini.
Yeah.
Because people have been disappointed before. So this one itakuwa even low. Because right now, even the person who used to support Ruto kabisa, they want him out. But Ruto is that guy, very crafty politician, I have been saying. You expect towards that time hizi pesa zote unasikia zionekani, because like 1 year we have borrowed over 1.5 trillion. Borrowed. But wakienda mashinani wanaambia wananchi we have not borrowed. But already they have borrowed more than any other president in the same period.
Yeah.
We have overtaxation of Kenyans. You can't see any project being done. Ama uniambie one big project being done. Hakuna. So hizo pesa zote zinawekwa. 2025 pale mapasta watapoa do, waanze kudemonize candidate, mtu ataanza kulia kwa kanisa. Umeona nakilia tena tangu ingia. No, it's true.
Huidaje.
Since September. Umeona akilia. Since September
no, actually kwa mabonga like I don't siku hizi iko busy. Anakuanga tu nje ya nchi na nini. Kumcheki kanisani ni very rare. Siku hizi you see Sanmo.
Hajaili Sanmo.
Akiwa president ajalia.
Ajalia.
Kitambo nilikuwa analia, unajua alikuwa anaingiza watu box na machozi na handkerchief. So kulia itarudi 2026. Mapasta kwanza kuhubiri, Ruto watarudi, musician will be paid. But the end result is, me I don't care if Ruto will come back or not. Mimi what I care is that we need, even you don't have even to be a very strong politician or something. We need a honest president. Very honest. You know, when you're a honest president and tell Kenyans, you know, this is how our country is.
Yeah.
From here, why don't we go this road? And even the people you appoint pale Kenyans wakiangalia wanaona yenyewe hakuweka hapo Matiang'i ndio waibe pesa, waliweka hapo ndio wasavu watu. Unaelewa? So at least me, whoever I'm looking at a scenario whereby Kenyans, yes, we're in a deep hole. We don't expect another president who will come and do miracles, but we expect a president who will come and respect Kenyans enough to tell them the truth, that this is where na acha kuwadanganya. Unaelewa? That nitafanya hivi, wacha kuchukua nyaka for granted. But I don't see Ruto coming back. In fact, I can see Ruto only being voted by his constituency in Uasin Gishu. Kenyans are so tired of these tribal issues because they are suffering, all of us. You had Ketel, Alfred Ketel of Nandi asking, hata sisi kama Wakalenjin nataka tuonyeshwe our petrol station. Unaelewa? Nataka tuonyeshwe duka zenye tutakuwa tunaenda kununua vitu so that we don't criticize Ruto.
Yeah.
Because we are suffering like all other Kenyans. Unaelewa? And these taxes are too much for Kenyans. Unaelewa? And I don't think, again, the churches, the preachers who used to preach him, mostly, especially from the main churches, I'm seeing them backing down on him, like Akina Resapit or something, because they are losing credibility. If you support a person who can badilika kama kinyonga, you lose credibility. Like you see saizi memes zinakuwa za Resapit. Or some people talk about him, you know, something like that. And you are so high much there in ACK. So I am seeing evangelical churches, because hao ndio wanatumia sana na kupoa pesa, coming out try to campaign for him. But I'm seeing a scenario whereby Ruto will be voted out. Because Ruto will not be competing against any other candidate. He will be competing against his own life and the economy. Yeah.
So according to you can see a Kenya where people actually hold you accountable for your nini, because of course ali promise to bring down the cost of living, hajaweza, but mo feel ni kama wa Kenya deep down tunajali kweli, as long as mtu wetu yuko pale.
This generation, we have another generation that is coming out. The generation we are going does not care who is Kamau and who is Onyango. It does not care. If you lie to them, they'll just kick out.
Okay.
So the generation that is coming, they are not being held hostages by Wakikuyu wanafanyaga nini wanafanyaga, no.
And then what would you change to mobilize or to at least watoke wa vote?
What Ruto will do, number one, he will alienate Kikuyus. That one you can take to the bank. Ruto will do everything to buy the Luya vote and Luo Nyanza. And I can tell you, because this is politics, and I have so much support and trust for Baba. If Baba reaches a point na aone wa Kenya like you guys mmeamua pia kuperish, he will not let his people in Luo Nyanza perish with them. He will leave them. If he will not vie, he will leave them square in government. He will go and negotiate, aseme watu wangu watengenezwe barabara, watengenezwe nini, the way he did with Uhuru. Unaona saizi tamu ya Uhuru mwisho, barabara zitengenezwe sana Nyanza. He will just do that. He will say our people have been in opposition for long. So mimi kama nimezeka, I'm not going to vie, I'll leave them in the government. Unaelewa? Because what will you do if people they don't want to change? Unaelewa? Because if I was him, I will still do the same. But just wait for this. If there are people who will be alienated for good in the politics of this country, are my people from Mount Kenya. No, not Mount Kenya, the Kikuyus. Eastern itakaradishwa mara mbili. There will never be a Mount Kenya again. Take that to the bank.
Okay.
There will never be a Mount Kenya again. Take that to the bank. You will see by even 2027, we'll start voting different.
The internet never forgets.
The internet never forgets. Vitu nilisema last year, vitu nilisema 3 years ago, they happened. Last year, I told the same person who is very close to Gachagua, just wait and see how Gachagua will be dealt with. The same road they took Uhuru, Gachagua will be taken the same road. And he will suffer even more because Uhuru was president. He had money. He was the president. Now Gachagua is the deputy. He will even suffer more. Yeah.
Okay, sawa jo imekuwa ni Chege Majuice vile tuliambiaga wase jo kauja sikia juu yake. Say interesting sana. Na pia umetuchanua juu ya wealth so tumebambika sana bcause wealth na politics pia zinakuaga intertwined
Yeah,
najua
sure.
I think it's something that people normally forget so imekuwa ni episode 225 ama ni 15 squared yani nimesha to have 15 episodes 15 times damn hiyo tumekuwa tukifanya for some time so kama kawaida like subscribe hit the notification button tell a friend to tell a friend alafu pia nikukumbushe nunua tikiti za Rapture the Scientist Raw and Uncut 3 December 16th itakuwa Nairobi Cinema from 6:30 pm of course Chege kona jisikia wetu kupatia tikiti jo kujiona mtu wetu tukimaliza ni 225 tukisema ekonene
Ikonini